Welcome everyone, we're in the Adelaide Hills for the CFS Foundation night, part of the Hills Heat Club Round as the A-grade men's game is just getting underway on the diamond. My name's Peter Williams, I'm the Softball SA Chair, and we bring you to Mount Barker, 35 minutes up the freeway from Adelaide, where we're going to see a night full of action here. We've got the men's game. This is a A-grade Hills men's competition game, and they're playing up against, following that one, it will be the Women's Premier League game between Hills Heat and Port Adelaide. And in between, we've got a few little activities that we'll bring about. As we see here, this is out in the field. It is the Mount Barker Redsox, and they're currently playing Macclesfield, who are the Redbacks. And they're in the batting at the moment is Jack Pendleton, as Harry May is pitching to Luke Moyle. Graham Clinky up at first, Dan Peterson at second. Jack Hancock over at third, Tyson Sorogan at shortstop, Cameron Bottroff left field, Angus Wilson centre field, and Liam Lucas over at right field. Sam Hancock on the bench for them as we start off with Jack Pendleton getting a walk. And up to bat is Lockie Abbott for Macclesfield. Our umpires tonight on the plate, Damien McCauley. Up at first is Toby Sadler, and around at third is Pete Fairley as the dive goes in. Tag is missed. And Jack Pendleton has got himself around to second. Of course, tonight's game, both games are to raise money for the emergency service volunteers in the CFS, where the CFS Foundation provides support to to members of the CFS who are in the event of an injury or property loss through their service protecting the community. Ball hit down the left field lines, a foul ball. And Nemo Park, where we're here playing, is an evacuation centre in the hills in the event of a fire. So people, pets and livestock have been out on this diamond in the past as a refuge location when fires have threatened this region. There will be a QR code through the night that you'll be able to see. There's also QR codes right across all associations of softball here in South Australia this weekend. You can tap on it, you can raise the QR, you can donate, you can put some money through the bars and the collection buckets that'll be going round. As that ball's hit hard, Dan Peterson picks it up over at second, fires it over to first to Graham Clinky for the first out. Jack Pendleton makes his way around to third, so advances the runner Lockie, but is the first out of the innings. Sam Flynn rocks up to bat now. He'll be pitching tonight, and he turns up in the 3 spot, looking to try to get Jack home down at third. Big swing at the first one. Gets under it and misses. Gets a strike to his name. Of course, the CFS Foundation have been massive supporters of this event for the last 3 years, and we're now into our 4th time running this event up in the hills. Of course, different men's teams each year. Previously, it's been the Hills Heat and Glenelg Rebels in the A grade, but tonight we see Port Adelaide joining the Hills Heat on the diamond. Sam Flynn goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. In between, we'll have a race around the diamond, chasing the koala, the CFS koala. That'll be the kids doing that. That ball was up and a little bit of a change of pace. Sam held back the hands, but he's pushed it down the left field line for a foul. We'll also have a home run derby with some VIPs out there having a swing of the bat, trying to put the ball over the shortened fence. As that ball's punched out to centre field, a great diving attempt, but it gets through, it makes its way to the fence. Jake Pendleton will come home. Sam Flynn runs around second, he goes to third, he's coming home. This looks like a home run, and that's a stand-up in-park home run for Sam Flynn. First 2 runs of the night go the way of Macclesfield after a strong hit out to centre field. Hard, flat, driven ball. Angus Wilson took a dive at it with the left mitt. Just got under the glove, and unfortunately it got past him and made its way to the fence, and Sam Flynn scooted around, brings home his own run and also brings home Jake. And up to bat now, it's Chris McLeod. So tonight we've got some fundraising going on throughout the games as well, with a couple of sponsors donating for different things. As that ball's hit hard to Graham Clinky at first, fumbles it a little, still can't get it, and he's carried his bat all the way to first base. Initially a flick of the ball out of the glove there from Graham Clinky, flicked it forward, he had to reach out to get it, fumbled it again. Chris McLeod carried his bat all the way through first and gets himself to first base on an error. And up to bats the shortstop, Zach Peterson. He gets a strike on him early. So tonight we've got, across both games, all decked out. A local sponsor are donating $30 for every strikeout throughout this evening. So with 2 strikes on him, Zach Peterson looking down the barrel of being that first person at the moment. $30 for every strikeout from all decked out. And for every home run which is launched over the fence, we'll have to get a ruling on that one. As there's the first strikeout, $30 from all decked out. Zach Peterson makes his way back to the bench swinging for the second out of the innings. Chris McLeod will get a courtesy runner make his way out for him. And up to bat is Ryan van Kaathoven. And a tag, gets the out on the throw there from the catcher Luke Moyle across the Tyson Sorrigan, picks it up, tags the runner who was replacing Chris McLeod, which was Zach Peterson. He flew himself over but couldn't beat the tag, and he is the third out of the inning, but not before 2 valuable runs score for Macclesfield. They're going to stop at the end of the first dig for them with a 2-run lead to the Redsox, who will come out for their first at bat in a second. So as I said, all decked out's already throwing $30 our way, courtesy of a strikeout. We'll have to get a ruling on the home run of Sam Flynn. It does say for every home run launched over the fence. We might be able to modify that to any home run, and hopefully we've already got $130 in the pocket. We'll have to check that one out. As Macclesfield make their way out onto the diamond, we'll run round the diamond for you. Sam Flynn is going to be pitching to Chris McLeod, Travis Ashman up at first, Aaron Pearce over at second, Ryan van Kaathoven at third, Zach Peterson at shortstop, Sam Williams out at left field, Lockie Abbott at centre field, and Jake Pendleton at right field. Colin McLeod sits on the bench for them, and I'm sure he'll be looking to try and get himself into the game at some stage. Of course, as I said, tonight we've got a number of VIPs who are going to be making their way here, but obviously we've got to acknowledge the trying circumstances that we've got a number of volunteers in the CFS who are battling as we speak and have been battling all week down in the Cape Jervis region. The fire that's been burning down there that has spread over a considerable amount of ground now. At this stage, it's incredibly hard terrain for anyone who is not aware of the region. It is a national park kind of space down there where there is trees, mountains, riverways, everything down there. It's incredibly difficult to get to with any sort of vehicle. They've had airplanes and choppers flying over it for the last week since it started, trying to get to the end of it, but it's quite dense bushland down there as well, making it difficult to actually get to the ground. So they've been doing their best, but a lot of it is just letting the fire come to them and preventing any further loss of life or property. And at this stage, they've done a remarkable job, the volunteers, but unfortunately it may mean a couple of our VIPs are unable to be here tonight as they've got their business needs arising. Harry May steps up to bat. First pitch he hits, it goes straight over to Aaron Pearce, who flicks it up to Travis Ashman for the first out, for a 4-3 for the first out of the game for Harry May. And it'll bring up the Red Sox captain, Dan Peterson. This game will be a 90-minute game with no new innings after 85. There'll be about a half an hour gap in between games, with the women's game due to commence at 8 o'clock South Australian time. Dan Peterson just ducks down across a high one there. He goes after that one, swings hard. It's coming over the fence down the first base line though. Lands in the pocket of a spectator who had eyes on it but thought it was probably travelling past him. So that's a foul ball though. Absolutely beautiful night up here. If anyone's in Adelaide or the surrounding suburbs and is wondering what to do on a Friday evening, the weather is beautiful. It is nice and comfortable up here. It'll cool off a little bit and become even better as the night goes on. I've been stood up at this stage. I was meant to have Joe Harvey in here commentating with me, but he's not made his way to the ground just yet. So I'm going to get one of our coaches from the next game onto the mic. Amanda Reggie Fairley, she will be joining us here as Dan Peterson's got full count on him. Sam Flynn pitches that one up and inside. Dan commits with a check swing on it, fouling it off to keep himself alive. Reggie, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Just quickly jump on and, say hello to the fans at home.
You walk around and get close to me when I'm on my own. I'll drag you in.
I should have stayed clear.
That one there popped up again. And Sam Flynn comes in and comfortably takes the catch for the second out of the innings. Reggie, we're into our fourth time of the CFS round, and it just keeps getting better and better and better every year. Obviously, today's going to prove a bit difficult for the Volunteers, given that a lot of them are down fighting as we speak. But you got a new opponent tonight, Port Adelaide.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, Glenelg has been such a wonderful opponent the last few years and just such a great support throughout the rounds. But obviously them not having a Premier League side this year meant we were looking for someone new. And Port have obviously got plenty of Hills connections, with Ben Lucas being a Hills local himself. New opponent tonight, but CFS round looking as good as ever, if not better than ever. And
face-off, will it be? Aussie coach v Aussie coach out there. It's... Softball Australia watching with pride tonight?
Oh, I hope so. But, as I say, Pete, players play the game, coaches lose it. So it'll be all about the players and all about the athletes and the show they can put on tonight.
Nice. Safe hit there to Angus Wilson, sees himself up at first. He punches it down to the right-hand side of the diamond and right fielder picks it up, holds him at first. Luke Moyle will come up batting in the 4 spot now, and he'll be trying to drag that run around, given they're chasing a couple already. Reggie, season so far, tell us, Hills, how are you feeling?
Yeah, look, Pete, I am very, very happy with how we've gone so far, sitting second on the ladder, which is an incredible turnaround if you know about our last 2 years. And I think, our girls are definitely showing the promise that they've shown over the last 3 seasons, and it's now just starting to kick in. And obviously Charisma and Sarah, our American imports, making a huge difference.
Ball smash there back at Sam Flynn, who fields it as comfortable as ever and flicks it over to first for the third out of the innings. Luke Moyle departs, leaves the runner on in Angus Wilson. And at the end of the first, the score will be 2-0 in favour of Macclesfield. Now, you've been absent for most of January. You've school teacher who gets school holidays, but of course, what do you do in school holidays? You do softball. You've been everywhere. Where have you been across the country? What national championship didn't you go to?
Well, Pete, I've been very grateful and fortunate to have some wonderful opportunities through Softball Australia and their coaching pathway. So I started the holidays off, went up to the under-18 camp where we put a team in the under-23s, which was a remarkable experience. Got to work with people like, Lee Godfrey, the head coach, Andrew Havercroft, Kaya Parnaby. So the pathway's in very good hands there in the under-18s. And then on the 5th of January, I set off on the 3-week circus, I called it. So went to Melbourne and selected the under-14s with a couple of fellow South Australians, and Danny Moffat and Karen Dale, and the newly appointed under-14 pathway coach in Lee Martin from Queensland. From there, we went to Perth. Danny and myself selected the under-16s with Lee Godfrey. And then from Perth, went over to Sydney and coached the under-16 Aussie development team with a very formidable coaching staff in Stacey McManus, Kaya Parnaby, Gabby Plain and Lenine Oshini. So, had a pretty good time and always thankful for the opportunities, and I'm very excited to see what the pathway holds over the next couple of years.
Well, talking about pathways, you were over in Perth, and while we've got the men's game on, we're going to see a couple of people in between during the home run derby who were kind of familiar in the under-16 boys setup this year. Henry Sexton, the MVP of the tournament, Nick Sexton, the coach of the team for South Australia, brought home a grand final runner-up team in South Australia, the first ever men's team to make a grand final at a national championships, and the highest, obviously, placing men's or boys team in a national championship. That must have been pretty cool to see as a South Aussie.
Oh, absolutely. I was sitting there in a green shirt but had a red, blue and yellow beating heart. I think, to sit there and watch those boys do what they did and play the way they did, they just had a genuine love for the game. I think the highlight of the tournament for me was when the boys won the game to get through the grand final. Joe Harvey jumping the fence, pulls a hamstring in the celebration as assistant coach. But yeah, just seeing those boys play and just with such a genuine love for their game and their teammates was incredible. That is inspiring in itself.
That may be why Joe's not here. Maybe he's going through his rehab phase as we speak. But you're right. I mean, we saw the prelim final as that ball just pumped down onto the ground, and an error there as Harry picks it up, throws it to Clinky casually, misses Clinky by a little bit out to the left, and the runner makes his way and stands up on first in Ryan van Katehoven. So an error there, throwing error to the pitcher. Brings Aaron Pearce up to bat, the second base for Macclesfield. He's already had a assist tonight. The way they won when they won the the preliminary game, and the excitement that was on their face and the jumping around after the game, it was almost like they'd won the grand final there and then. That was their moment. They were just so happy to get through. And watching it live on TV was just an exciting moment, I suppose, to get a team to the grand final. I think
one of the highlights from a South Australian point of view is the thing you don't see on the live stream from Perth is the crowd reactions. There were that many parents crying. There were that many just unbelievable, joyful moments. I think that moment itself, for those boys, it didn't matter what happened in that grand final. For that SA community, it didn't matter. It was getting there and the fact that, they are our most successful boys team ever on the men's side.
And I think I've heard from some of the under-16 girls parents and under-16 girls players and coaching staff who were sitting there watching it. They were just cheering as loud as it could be as well to see them get over the line, which was fantastic. And then I'm hearing at the closing ceremony there was plenty of chanting for South Australia as well from all the other teams, including the Premiers. So putting us on the map, which is good to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what can we expect tonight? Hills, Port, tough game. What are you thinking?
I think it's definitely going to be a low-scoring game. Last time we faced Port was a 1-0 ball game. We won it with a run early in the game through some great two-out base running by the one and only Abby Bastion, a name that I'm sure people have seen everywhere over the summer, which is fantastic. I'm picking a pitcher's duel. Lacey Ham is pretty good from the stripe for Port. It'll be whether her hitters can back her up with the bat and score her the runs she needs to kind of, I guess, keep us on ice. But yeah, we'll see how we go. We, have had some pretty decent at-bats against her, but we've also had a game where we couldn't touch her. So, tonight definitely promises to be a nail-biter. I'm picking a low-scoring game, and I'm going to go 2-1 in our favour.
Oh, so happy to take the win, obviously. We're going to take that, but a one-run win. That's all you're going to win by, one run.
Yep.
As we saw another strikeout there with Aaron Pearce heading back to the dugout, getting struck out. Another $30 from All Decked Out. Obviously donating $30 per strikeout tonight and $100 for every home run. So, Reggie, who's the players in your game tonight from your team and the opposition that could go close to that fence?
I think for us, definitely Georgia King, Hills local through and through. She's been doing some wonderful things. I've seen her put the ball over here off of their batting practice. Obviously, Charisma Bergenson has got a bit of a reputation as a home run hitter. For the other team, obviously, Jess Maslin, always very, very lethal with the bat in hand. And then Lacey, again, is another one that I think, for someone who, when she got here, hadn't swung a bat for about 6-8 years or whatever it was, really does good things and has some genuine power.
So we'll get the word out to everyone to move their cars just before that game starts, because it sounds like half the lineups tonight could potentially put the ball over, which we want $100 if they do.
100%.
Forget the game, it's the money we're after here tonight.
I think some people are very game parking where they have in this men's game, because I've seen a lot of these boys play for most of my life and they can definitely roost a ball. So it'd be hopefully everyone out there has got their insurance in line when it comes to their car.
Well, we saw another $30 coming in from All Decked Out with Travis Ashman getting struck out. Sam Williams, the 9 batter, in the box at the moment. 2 out, runner gets around a third just before, so they're trying to sneak another run if they can get him home here. And in travelling around the countryside, tell us a few names that you've seen out and about that are the future of this sport, and how are we tracking when it comes to World Cups and Olympics in 27, 28, and then hopefully in Olympics in 32? Are we looking competitive and strong.
I think you take one look at the Australian Cup last weekend and have a look at the average age of the athletes kind of coming through. Obviously, we had a couple of debuts who are just turned 18. We had lots of debuts from the South Australian contingent. Maya Jeros from New South Wales is very exciting. Alyssa Mile, again, very young girls in their softball career. Probably from a pathways point of view, can't give away too much because obviously squads are finalised and information's hopefully about to go out in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, some very exciting talent. Some very hard decisions as selectors. So I implore everyone, get on board when it comes to softball because the things happening in this pathway are generally very exciting. And I look forward to kind of what the Australian pathway looks like over the next few years with, Oceania qualifiers and World Cups and lots of different things happening, international tours, that kind of stuff.
Nice. Well, I'm sure you'll be a part of all of that as it goes on over the years, which is no doubt a pipe dream for you once your playing career came to an end, and you've done incredible things so far up here in the hills with the Hills Heat and, as you said, the last couple of years where you've been bringing along a young juvenile team that are now growing into fully grown women who are playing hard and hitting the ball hard and doing all the things right. It's saluting to you and your performance of how you've delivered them over the time. So well done to you.
Oh, thank you, Pete. I always come back to the athletes make the coach, and I am very fortunate and grateful to have the girls that I do in my program, whether that's from a national point of view or a Hills Heat point of view. They are what make this sport great.
Humble. I love it. Well, it's back to school for you now, so I'm sure there's softball jamming in amongst all the other time that you've got, but I'm sure it gets a little bit trickier with full-time work in there, but that's what we do in this sport. We're not quite at the professional level yet where we can sit back and earn money doing what we love here. We have to find another alternative. So,
yeah, and I'm still hopeful that my social media career is going to take off. That's what I was doing before you rudely interrupted me, was working on my social media. So if anyone's not on the Hills Heat Instagram page, here's my plug. Jump on there because there's plenty of action going on there tonight.
Reggie Fairley, the school teacher, softball coach, softball selector, caravan touring out Australia selecting teams, and social media influencer. I love it. You've got everything ticked off tonight. As we see another strikeout there as Jack Pendleton makes his way back to the bench, another $30. Thanks to all decked out, and the score remains 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. As I said, this game will be 90 minutes with no new after 85, much like your Premier League games. Tell me, in the Premier League this year, tell me one thing that's you've taken an eye to that you has been impressive to see. Someone, some playing, some form of playing, a team's performance, besides your own team, because obviously they're good. Mm-hmm. What else? What are you seeing from the others? Are you seeing young kids coming into teams doing things better this year than last year? Are you seeing that development and that sort of growth happening in the Premier League? Are you seeing internationals doing more or doing something different? What is it? What is it about the game?
I think the really exciting thing about Premier League softball is how close it is this year. Obviously, West Torrens are sitting top, but anyone can kind of beat anyone on their day. I think the young talent kind of coming through is exceptional and is really exciting. You look at the amount of young South Australians we're getting in national pathways squads. That is starting to show through in our Premier League, the exposure that they're getting. And you mentioned the internationals. I think that, it was obviously a controversial kind of change, but one that I have supported from the start, because at the end of the day, if we don't have our girls playing the sport, we can't sustain the international players. And I think the girls that have kind of come across this year, Lacey being one of them, Reagan coming back, Nearly coming back, the value that they add and the value that they add to the teams around them is exceptional. So, I am quite happy to tell anyone in Australia that listens that the Premier League is the best competition in Australia. And it's just proving week in, week out that a game is anyone's game.
Well, we saw in the Australia Cup, Spacequake Sports do the production work and put on an epic performance like we've come used to, because they are broadcasting the best competition in the country week in, week out. Graham Clinky up to bat here. He's put one down the left field line. This is a person who's capable of putting one through someone's windscreen, so eyes on this one for $100 as well.
Absolutely. I think, I remember Graham when he was a little kind of under 12 tacker. He's grown a little bit since then, and I wouldn't like to be on the other side of that ball being hit at me, that's for sure.
There goes one out to the outfield. The fielder is deep back there, but comfortably taken a few paces in by Lockie Abbott from the fence. A big hit, but taken nicely for the first out of the innings there. The new batter will be Tyson Sorrigan, the shortstop, who's already had a nice tag-out play from the catcher tonight. And Abby Bastion.
Well, there are no words that describe that athlete. She, obviously had a summer to remember, and her selection, the Aussie Spirit, is something that, I know she is immensely proud of. Her family are immensely proud of. I've never met a more hard-working, humble athlete at 18 years of age. I can't wait to see kind of where she goes, because I don't think this is the pinnacle for her.
She is still growing. That's what we've got to remember. She's still under 18s technically by age. She did play it. My understanding from what I've heard and seen in the stats world is she had a better batting average than Olivia Elliott, the Open Women's, but she'd only had half as many at-bats, which probably is what toasted her for when it comes to the batting award. But the Rookie of the Year, we've only had a couple in our years of that. To have been at the performance she was, to have backed up every day when some of the others were starting to battle some soreness and that towards the end of the week. She'd come off an already 23s performance a couple of weeks earlier. She'd gone into the Opens where she's just absolutely stormed onto the scene and made it look like it was just an easy piece of work. As we see a ball punched between the 3-4 gap there by Tyson Sorrigan out to right field, fielded, and he stands up at first, gets himself on base, and the new batter will now be the right fielder for the Redsox, and that is Liam Lucas. And then she went over to the 18s, and she performed pretty solidly there as well. And in between, she's obviously had a lot of stuff to do with some of the Australian setup, and rewarded by the end of the year with an option to go and play in the Australia Cup. And didn't go too poorly for her first time with those colours on.
Exceptionally well.
So helped. She had a few locals around her as well.
Yeah.
Seth Brzezinski there, Amber Hood, Chelsea Robinson. So some people that took her under their wing, no doubt, and supported her through, but very, very capable player. Someone who, at her age, you can imagine in 5 years' time when 2032 hits, if she's around the mark, she's going to be at her prime by then.
Look, we're not worried about 2032, Pete. After I saw her after she won the Rookie of the Open Women's, I gave her a hug and I said, bring on 2028. So, and it's a very realistic goal. I think one of the best stories about Abby is that it was only 2 years ago that she actually missed out on an Australian team to go to the Under-18 World Cup. And I think, there are a lot of kids in that situation that potentially, would have backed off a bit. But Abby absolutely went the other way. She worked harder than ever. And to go away to her first Opens and bat the way she did is just a testament to her hard work.
Absolutely. That's a form of a good kid who understands, has resilience, goes away, works harder and gets their chance when the time came, and nobody could doubt what she's done. She's just absolutely smoked it this summer, and she's still doing it on the diamond. Like, even for you guys, she's performing well and rocked up back. And I even heard there were times that she was asking if she could come back at Hahndorf on Friday nights, and they were saying, no, yes. You need to take care of yourself. You've still got a lot to go this summer. But no, rocks up and does her thing. Even
last night, she was asking me if she could play B grade tomorrow, and I said, no, sweetheart, you've just made an Aussie Spirit squad. You're not playing B grade.
Well, kids. As we see that ball hit down to the third base fielder, Ryan Van Keethoven, who gets it over to Travis Ashman. The run comes home, but they've got a lead already 2-1 now as the Red Sox cross the plate for their first run. The runner, Liam Lucas, perches around a third, and Jack Hancock sees himself at first. Cameron Bottroff up the bat, you were saying?
Yeah, this is a surprising lead to me. Red Sox have been kind of dominating up here for quite a few years now. Obviously, someone like Harry May doing like the development that he's had. And then obviously they've got some great kids that have come through. This guy in the box, Cameron Bottroff, he's a Hills original. His mum is basically a Hills legend. Runs a lot of Red Sox. Got a very entrenched family in Hills softball. So, this scoreline surprises me, but, it's good softball to watch, right?
It is good softball to watch, and punches that one out to the right field. The fielder standing under it there, Jake Pendleton, takes it comfortably for the third out. They were happy to sacrifice that run. Smart play, I guess, in the end on the diamond to allow that runner to get home where they probably weren't going to get it and just make sure they got the second out at first and then back themselves to get the third without the second run crossing, which they were successful at. At the end of the second innings, the score is 2-1 in favour of Macclesfield, as you said, a surprising scoreline. But
absolutely.
I'm sure they'll keep digging with Harry in the middle.
I'll tell you what, Brett Butler has done a phenomenal job of this diamond.
It is incredible.
It is looking very good.
I live not far from here now, and I see him out here most evenings, roaming around, raking, watering, cutting. He basically lives here.
Yes, he does, and even before I saw him, he's got the safety sandal thongs on, and he is running 1,000,000 miles an hour. I dare say that bloke would have done 50,000 steps today, but the amount of work that he has put into this round and the support of Hills Heat has just been exceptional. So I want to give a shout out to Brett. He did let me paint the bases on Wednesday night, so he let me do something for once, which is really nice. But full credit where credit's due.
Maybe we should get in the ear of him if he's heavily involved with this and he loves the men's softball. I know that. Maybe he could put his hat up to be the over 35 team manager. He's a very organised man. He's got not much to do through the winter. I'm sure he could chip in and help James Harris out there. Maybe we'll have to get into him tonight. And I can't see him at the moment, but I'm sure we'll jump him on the commentary if we can dig him in at some stage and just congratulate him. As you said, him and the Hills Softball Association, the work they go to put this event on is phenomenal. As we see the Little Hampton truck has arrived. It's just getting its spot, which means Smokey the koala has arrived somewhere within that truck.
Every year, Pete, I asked Joe Liddell if I'm going to get myself in that Smokey koala costume. And every year I get told, nope, I get told, well, one, have you seen the running style? I would definitely beat those kids around the diamond.
Well, we know it's not Joe Harvey in it because the hamstring doesn't go. So
he'd pull the other one.
But, no, look, more than happy to see you dance around in that suit.
Look, apparently you need to be part of the CFS. So when I get some time off from softball, that is the first thing I'm doing. So.
And I can confirm the running style is not Reggie Fairley. I did come out here a few weeks back and saw a Harndorf game with Reggie at left field. And as that ball's hit to the shortstop, Tyson Sorrigan gets it over to Graham Clinky and completes the first out of the innings. Lockie Abbott slides his way back to the bench.
Speaking of another young and upcoming shortstop in Tyson, has had a great 16s and 18s nationals, so wouldn't be surprised if I see his name in a squad somewhere.
Oh. Inside influence? Or?
No.
Okay,
Girls and boys very separate. Very separate.
Sam Flynn rolls into the box now, smiling. He seems pretty happy with himself.
Just as I sat down, Sam's children said hello, so I'm actually the PE teacher at school.
Oh, righto. Well, parent-teacher interviews at Hill Softball, it sounds like tonight.
It is a bit unusual when I come out here and I hear a hello, Mrs. Fairley.
What's school like? 2 weeks back in, everyone behaving themselves?
Oh, look, St. Francis de Sales is a wonderful place to work.
I mean the teachers.
Oh, look, speaking of which, one of our teachers just took the couch. Dan Peterson, one of our Year 5 teachers and my PE offsider.
Well, he did tell me that when he sent through the lineup for tonight, he was halfway through writing a letter to a school parent. Hence why the lineup came through very jumbled and a bunch of kids' names I've never seen before in my life, because I think he gave me his role for that class. But he said he was apologetic for it. He's corrected it. And, of course, that's the over 35's assistant coach standing out there. So James Harris has got his work cut out for him by the sounds of it. But looks like we're going to have, well, my understanding is we've got enough for a men's and enough for a women's team for the over 35s with South Australian players alone. So
that's fantastic.
That will mean that we've managed to send away every single age group bar an open men's, but of course there was no open men's competition. And my understanding is in the history of Softball SA, that is the first time ever we've fulfilled a team in every national tournament, which is fantastic to see. And, the under-14 boys still will go away to ACT when that tournament's on in March.
Just exciting for the future of South Australian softball. Oh, here's Dan the man again.
Oh, look at that. Going backwards. That was the calf pinging a little bit there, I reckon, on his way back. But
look, I'll let him know at school on Monday. Probably needs to work on his drop step a little bit, but that's all right.
I don't think Dan has a drop step.
Doesn't believe in moving backwards, Dan Peterson?
No. What a lot of I've seen with him when it comes to state team stuff, he doesn't get a lot of time in the infield. He's probably not got the agility for the infield anymore these days, although he might be at the 35s. I won't put him out of that one, but definitely runs around the outfield a bit more.
I'm still waiting to see your state coaching debut, Pete.
Yeah, it's coming. Yep. No, I've worked my way up. Did a B grade women's game Tuesday night down in Adelaide. And
Coaching or umpiring?
Umpiring, yeah.
Okay.
And as an umpire, say I got it all right.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely, yep. And then I get to work with this great man on the plate, Damien McCauley. I'm working with him tomorrow in a B grade game against your Hills Heat team.
Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, I'll show him a few things. Being level 8, level 1, I reckon I got him covered. But I won't say who's the level 8 and level 1. But no, just working my way through the umpiring side of things. Mum's too scared to let me do any scoring because, I seem to be following her, but she does have about 40 years on me, so...
No, you do very well, Pete. We had the pleasure of obviously having you one Friday night.
Yeah.
Look, there was some strong feedback at one stage, but
there was
you did okay.
I would have. My understanding is when a coach wants to challenge a call of a home plate umpire calling the runner out for interference, usually you've got to call time and come down and ask, not just wander up and when I turn around scare the living daylights out of me and go, oh, Reggie's talking.
I did call time, Pete. You just didn't hear me.
There was a reason. But I stand by my decision.
And very open to the conversation, which is all part of learning and growing in the game.
Well, you told me the rule. That helped. I've been taught by Steve Wallace-Yarrow and Kevin Tannering. They've advised me if you're not sure on a decision, make it up and say it's strong.
I hope that's in the umpiring manual.
It is. It's in the level 1, that's for sure. But no, I did do a little bit of coaching up here with you. Couple of seasons ago for Harndorf.
Yep.
And
believe we won a premiership.
We did. I'm not sure. We'll put it back on the players there. It wasn't much to do with me.
It was definitely the players. Nothing to do with the coaching staff.
No, I just chased balls around in the outfield.
Oh,
that's a big high one. It's going to the fence, but holds up and taken by Lockie Abbott out there. Got under it nicely, Harry May, but unfortunately taken again a couple of metres just inside the fence line, so not quite over the fence yet. For the first out of the third, Dan Peterson makes his way to the box. No pressure on him here, but as we just said, a PE teacher, so that's why he looks so fit. All PE teachers are fit and healthy, aren't they?
Absolutely. We are the picture of fitness. It's all about role modelling and leading from the front.
Leading from the front, he hits that behind him, gets a foul ball, but goes strong at the first pitch. He liked it. No, I do enjoy being involved, whether it be just helping out, raking diamonds, whatever. It's a sport that relies on volunteers. A big hit by Dan Peterson out to left field. Sam Williams gets under it, drops the ball out to the fence. Dan Peterson circles 1, hits the 2, looks at 3. He got a few steps off and then realised he wasn't that quick anymore and makes his way back, walking to second for a stand-up double in the end. And that is the tying run around there at second base at the moment. So Angus Wilson, who... first at bat, put the ball solidly out through the 3-4 gap for a single to right field. Probably won't score down at the pace he hit that one, but it will at least advance him if he can do similar here.
I think that's smart base running by Dan Peterson there. Like you've got, he's obviously hitting 2 in the lineup. You've got 3-4 coming up behind him with only 1 out.
And Angus goes after the first, puts it down the first base line over the foul ball fence. Yeah, a sport that relies a lot on volunteers, whether it's coaches, scorers, managers, even just parents getting the kids to the game, people taking time away from work, changing shifts to be here. It's a sport that relies on a lot of dedication. It's not the most expensive sport to play, but it does impact you financially as well. So it's a commitment for anyone who gets involved, and we definitely want to try to make the game about the people on the diamond. So we will do whatever we can, and we'll help out wherever we can to make it work for them. The ball fouled down the left side of the diamond there by Angus Wilson.
And Pete, once again, credit where credit's due. I don't know many chair boardmans that would be out on the diamond making sure that Premier League plays, going out and making sure we're ready to go, umpiring. Talking about ultimate volunteers, I think I'm sitting next to one, aren't I?
Making the most of my insurance, that's all. Another foul ball back over.
I believe you have another ultimate volunteer joining you on the mic very shortly. Kelvin Williams is going to jump on.
Kelvin. Well, we will take Kelvin on the mic. He's the cook with the most. He keeps us fed every Friday night up here, and he's around the place. So we'll have a chat to Kelvin in a minute about his background and his involvement in the hills.
Mm-hmm.
Here he arrives,
One
Kelvin.
of the most
He's put the barbecue tools down and he's arrived to get on the mic. I like this.
One of the most long-standing Hills members. So
Wow.
he was here when I first started, a solid, 30 years ago, I reckon, just about.
Well, that ball hit out to the centre field. Another catch by Lockie Abbott, a fly, but advances Dan Peterson around to third for the second out. Luke Moyle will now come up to try to bring home the tying run. Kelvin's going to take the headset. And Reggie, thank you for joining us. All the best tonight. Good luck.
Thank you, Pete. Love the chat. And
put the sunscreen on. That sun's pretty sharp at the moment.
Yes, it is. It'll be well and truly gone by the time we start, which will be good.
All right,
thank you very much. And
let's put the chef
happy
on.
calling.
Thank you. As Kelvin gets himself prepared, in the box is Luke Moyle. He's first at bat. He hit it hard, but straight back at the pitcher and was the third out of the first innings. So he's at his second at bat here, trying to drive home Dan Peterson down at third base. 2 out. Dan will be going on anything that he can. Kelvin, welcome to the mic.
Thank you.
Did you think this was on the cards for tonight?
No, it's my first time, so been gentle with me.
Oh, definitely be gentle. We as that ball there is hit over to second base, fumbled a bit and beats the throw at first, and Dan Peterson scoots himself home. A little fumble there from Aaron Pearce. He's flicked out his glove up, landed in his right hand, but he couldn't quite get the ball over to Travis Ashman. I'm going to assume that's probably going to go down as an error to the second base.
I would think so, yes.
And the run home means that we've levelled it away at 2 apiece, and Luke Moyle will stand up at first. Graham Klinke, who hit a big ball out to centre field at his first at-bat and was taken only about a metre in front of the fence line, and those outfielders are perched on the fence as we speak. So Klinke will be aiming to go deep if he can here again. So Kelvin, tell us a bit about the people that are on the live stream listening to you, your background in softball, how did you get involved, and how long you been around here?
Oh, well, I got involved... Well, when my kids started playing, I was never a softballer, but my kids started playing when they were at primary school. A bloke called Tony Snell, who was a stalwart of Hill softball for years. But and then I sort of got on, and then I was president at Macclesfield for a while, and then I became president at the Hills for... I can't remember now, a few years, and enjoyed it. Loved the camaraderie and the feel of the people and the game and all that sort of stuff.
And of course we see you up here every Friday night on the barbecue duties for everyone involved to keep us all fed through the evening. Of course, people coming home from work and rushing out to the Diamond, so you make sure that we all stay healthily fed with different sorts of meals every week. It's fantastic to be a part of.
Yeah, it's important to have that sort of atmosphere, create that atmosphere on a Friday night.
As the drop third strike, Graham Klinke gets himself out up at first, and that will be the third out. But they did tie it up to make the score at 2 apiece now. So we're going to go into the top of the fourth. We're 45 minutes into the game, so halfway through it, and the scores are level, rolling around into the fourth. Now that's probably, I'm going to give that one as a strikeout because it technically was a strikeout initially. So that'll be the fifth strikeout, another $30 thanks to All Decked Out, supporting by giving $30 for every K2 tonight. Now we just saw flying over, and I don't know if Dave's got the ability to do this, but in another minute or so there'll be another helicopter flying in. It's just coming in over Kaipo, so a few minutes out to our left. That is the aircraft flying back from the big fire we're talking about down in Cape Jervis. They're heading back to their Brakunga Air Base, which is about 10 minutes out to our right, and they're making their way back in, obviously before dark, and they've been throwing water on the fire as much as they can. There's aircraft, helicopters and everything involved. So we thank them and their support. They've been going daily, those pilots and the crews on them, to dump the water, as much water as they can, on a fire that's fairly inaccessible for most of the area it's burning in. So we appreciate the work of the firefighters in the air as well as all those firefighters on the ground. So you've been in and around, as we see rocking up to bat now for Macclesfield is Tyson Sorrigan. He drops the ball. It looks like it's going to be a foul, and it is a foul.
Yeah, it just highlights the importance of something like this when you understand what the CFS are going through at the moment and what they've just been through a couple of weeks ago out to Mount Compass, They're certainly heroic.
They are, and I got that wrong just before. It's actually Zach Peterson. I forgot to flip my sheet over.
Yeah.
They are. They do a lot of work, and, we talk about the volunteer work you do, and that is, as I said, softball is a sport built on volunteers, but the CFS is completely, basically, volunteers, bar some paid staff in their office who manage all the runnings of the CFS. It is effectively, husbands, wives, brothers, sisters, boyfriends, girlfriends on that truck going out to put the water on the fire, to go to the car accidents, to go to the trees down, to go to all the hazmat chemical spills and everything. It is those people who are doing it outside of their normal work time and business time, as we see another $30 donated by All Decked Out there, as Zach Peterson made his way back to the bench and Ryan Van Katehoven comes up to bat. He puts the first ball straight back to Harry May, who underarms it over to first, and Clinky does the rest of the work for the second out. So quickly they've got 2 outs now, the Redsox, as we move up, and Aaron Pearce, the second base, will now come up to bat. But being around softball, a lot of it as a volunteer, I'd assume.
Oh, all of it, yeah. I coached at state level for a number of years, got 4 state championships in juniors, actually, and tried at a national level a few years ago, but that never worked out very well for me. I had underestimated the quality of what we were up against, I think.
So, it's definitely a step up from club ball and state championships to the national level. It's a lot harder.
Yes, it is, yeah.
But when you compile the best 16 players from your state versus the best 16 from elsewhere, the numbers tell the story when you're up against the best. So.
Yeah. And I was involved with the CFS, not as a volunteer, a few years ago in Macclesfield, where we used to use the Macclesfield water tanker, CFS water tanker, to cart water around the town for people.
Right.
Macclesfield doesn't have mains water. And when they disbanded the tanker committee because they were getting a new tanker and it was then forbidden to supply water with the tanker, we had quite a large sum of money, and a lot of it went into the CFS. Macclesfield CFS is completely self-sufficient. It has generators and a boiler, and it doesn't matter. In a fire, they can access water. They can use the CFS headquarters. School got power and all that sort of stuff. So that was I was quite pleased that we were able to do that. I think they were probably the first completely self-sufficient CFS station in the state, as far as I know.
Well, the CFS definitely do the work in more than one way. They obviously are very, very important in the communities. They're all community people, and they find ways to help and support the community in any possible way that they can.
Yes. I think young Pete Feely out here umpiring tonight. He's just got his level 5, I believe, umpiring accreditation.
He has, and so is our first base umpire, Toby Sadler and Pete Fairley, both level 5s out there tonight.
Yeah.
They've just got them recently. Toby got his over at the under-16s in Perth, amended the plate of the under-16 girls, I believe it was. And Pete Fairley got his over at the under-18s in Sydney. So a couple of fresh certificates out there, and they're alongside the man who's accredited to do it all around the world in Damien McCauley, who loves his men's softball. So,
they enjoy coming up here, and doing them in, I think, the Adelaide umpires.
Now we've got a change that's come in for Macclesfield. They've made a change. Cohen McLeod has come into third, replacing Ryan Van Katehoven. So Cohen is going to come in and try to be a part of the end of this game. As I said, got just past the halfway mark. That was a pretty quick innings. We're 50 minutes in, and we're already into the bottom of the fourth. This could be a 7-inning game, which in a 90-minute game is a little unusual. But they're scooting through pretty quick here, the men. There's not a lot of time spent between pitches, and it probably is a battle of the pitches at the moment. Flynn v May, which is a 2-all ball game. You'd suggest it's probably the way. There's been a couple of errors in the field, so they've both been let down a little bit by their fielders at times.
Yes, I saw my son drop a catch in outfield there, so I shouldn't mention that, I suppose.
We haven't put it on replay at all,
Good,
and we figured it was just helping Dan get the second a bit of airtime.
Yeah. He's good like that.
Yeah, it's about the others, not him.
Yeah.
As we see there, little floppy ball off the end of the bat runs down the first base line, fielded by the level 5 umpire Toby Sadler.
He's involved in the game, isn't he?
He's not sure what he wants to be at the moment. We're going to see him turn around pretty quickly. He's going to be on the plate for the women's game. Pete Fairley's going to be over at first and Jackie Crafter at third for that game. So basically, well, people that are Hills people.
Yeah.
All involved in the women's game tonight. Not Hills registered, but involved in the Hills and have been involved in the Hills over the years or affiliated to the Hills at some stage. So good to see the locals getting a go in the Premier League game. That ball goes a little dirty. Chris McLeod picks it up.
This game's going not to perhaps as most people would have expected with the Macclesfield holding their own, really. They've got 4 or 5 of the normal Div 1 players out in the under 23s. So they've brought up these Div 2 players who are handling it pretty well, I think.
Oh, I think that's your son out there. Looks like he was just putting an order in at the barbecue at the moment, asking for a couple of sausages.
It's more than likely at the bar. The order would be at the bar rather than the...
That ball there's gone out to the outfield. It's split the left and centre fielder. Tyson Sorrigan scoots himself round to third, looks as the runner. Ball gets fumbled there by Kyle McLeod, but he stands up at third. A very lovely hit, that one. It went all the way deep.
Was a nice hit, yes.
To about the 7.5 position. The the centre fielder was actually feeling a little bit right of centre and had to make a lot of ground. And, of course, there's a big gap out there. And
it's a big fence too. That's a long fence. That too. It's a little bit further out than a standard regulation softball pitch. So
that ball there just sneaks over the fence. Kyle McLeod can't quite get to it as we hear another helicopter slide over behind us, coming back in from the fire. So another fighter going to put the chopper down and rest up for the evening, and no doubt be back at it again. We'll get a chat to Brett Lachlan, who I've seen arrive. Their CFS chief is here. He was down there most of the day, and he's arrived back now to be a part of this wonderful evening. So we'll see him a little bit later and have a chat to him as we see the helicopter there rolling in. Liam Lucas up to bat now.
Good to see Liam back in softball.
Tell us a bit about him.
Oh, very good junior. Went away with represented the state a number of times, and got out of the game for a few years, but he's come back in now. A very good player. Was a very good junior, as was his brother. His brother, I think, was possibly one of the best juniors I ever coached. I think young Ben Lucas, who was.
That ball there was hit hard at Zach Peterson at shortstop. The run coming across the plate. Tyson Sorrigan's throw over to first was a bit high for Travis Ashman. Well backed up by the right fielder. They've got it in and kept the runner at 1. So probably would have beaten the throw the way he was running anyway, but does score a run across the plate for the Red Sox. Takes them to a 3-2 lead now, and Jack stands himself up at first, and Cameron Bottroff up to bat now. Liam Lucas was, of course, a strikeout just before that. That was the 8th strikeout of the game, so another $30 from All Decked Out. We're travelling along quite nicely now.
I'm not going to mention any more players because I just praised him and he struck out, so I must have put the mockers on him.
Well, you've probably seen another guy who's been around. He's not here tonight. He's unavailable and normally would be on commentary for these games. James Harris, good player. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Can't put the mocker on him. He's not here.
No, that's true.
Oh, and a diving catch there. A backhand flick. Double play.
Yeah.
What a play there by Sam Flynn. Down to the right. Sneaks it into the glove. Picks it up millimetres from the dirt. Then backhands it like an indoor cricket player over to Travis Ashman and cleans up the second out. Watch this on the replay. It's come right off the end of the bat, as we see there. Flopped down, got right down to the right. He's out, not even turned his body right around. He has just back flicked that and got the runner off the base by 2 metres. The punch out by Toby Sadler. What a way to get out of an inning.
Yeah.
You're not going to see much better than that. That is incredible.
It's instinct, wasn't it?
I suppose when you're a pitcher, it's a good way to when you need to continue pitching, but it was a phenomenal get to start with. This is a man who's eligible for the over 35s team to go later this year. James Harris has seen that. He's probably just picked him. That has snuck down into the glove. And as I said, he's somehow turned his body about 90 degrees to the right and just backhand flicked it over to the first base. It's not a small flick.
No, it was it was all in the arm, wasn't it? The arm and the shoulder.
So they'll be back at the top of the lineup when they restart their 5th innings. And we turn back over now to Macclesfield. And up to bat's Travis Ashman, the first base fielder who just took the end of that play. Travis's first at bat, he was a strikeout. He's put that one up high. The third base fielder there, Jack Hancock, gets under it and takes it comfortably to a foul fly 5. Sam Williams, what do you know about this guy? Know him at all?
Oh, good breeding, I think.
Good breeding.
Got good breeding.
He was patient his first at bat. He got walked at his first at bat.
Yes.
Batting 9. It's not a pushover position.
No, he bats 1-2 in Div 2. But
we'll be looking to get on here because if he can get himself on, they roll back to the top of the lineup as he punches it out through the 3-4 gap. Oh, you're the lucky charm in the box.
Yeah.
That is a good punch out down the right-hand side of the diamond. The right fielder, Liam Lucas, scoops it up as we see here on the replay. Just a late throw of the hands at the ball, gets it into play, not trying to overhit it.
Yeah.
Dan Peterson, I'm not sure if he was ever going to get it, but he made it look good.
Yeah.
And
didn't try too hard.
And Sam finds himself on first and back to the top of the lineup with Jake Pendleton, who's had a walk and a strikeout tonight. He'll be looking to try and advance Sam around the diamond as far as he can. That is the tying run over there, so we'll have to see if he can push him round. They're into the 5th, so only a couple of chances after this, couple of innings after this. He might get one more at bat. What's the chance of a steal?
Or I would think he would be a little bit cautious with the quality of the fielders that they've got here.
That ball punched up
anything close he'll go, but no, that's going to be a fly out. That's
Dan Peterson sits under that one for a fly out. That's the second out of the innings. Sam remains on first. Lockie Abbott steps up into the box. He's hit it twice tonight, but both times he's got put out over at first. The first time he hit it to second, the second time he hit it to shortstop. So he's played both sides of the diamond. That one there coming our way, but scoots over into the creek. I feel like Harry's probably warmed up as this game's got going.
Yes, he has, yes.
He's starting to hit his straps a little bit now.
Yeah, he tends to get better as the game goes on, Harry.
That one a little low. Lockie's sitting on it.
And I didn't say that to put the mockers on him. But
the commentator's curse. Ball 2 there. We're going to have a number of special guests besides yourself, Kelvin, tonight, and Reggie's obviously joined us, but we have some special guests here. Brett Lachlan, as I said, the CFS Chief Fire Officer, is in the fields here tonight. I can see him standing over under the light tower there. His ball there punched over the right field fence for a foul ball. Andrew Lawson from the CFS board is going to be here, along with also Nathan Watts from the CFS board. Jess Selassie is how I'm going to pronounce it, from the Mount Barker Council. She will be here. Gloria Burney sends her wishes. She's unable to make it tonight. The CFS Foundation are incredibly busy at the moment, and she's working hard. That ball's just punched off the end of the bat and drops in short of the centre fielder, and it's a safe hit to centre field is the way that's going to get scored, and pushes Sam around to second with Sam Flynn, who has had an in-park home run already tonight. That would bring home 2 runs if he could do that again. So no pressure on him. He's just taken an incredible play in the diamond. He's pitched pretty well so far tonight. He's had a home run. He's leading the way for player of the game at the moment. And if he can get those runs home, then he's going to be very happy with himself.
he's been around softball a long time, Sam, too.
I believe he said, "Oh no," as he swung that one, so he clearly didn't want it.
No.
Anthony Cream from the Barker Hotel will be joining us. As I said, Gloria Burney, so unable to make it tonight, but passes on her well wishes and thanks everyone who's donating towards the foundation that she is the CEO of, the CFS Foundation. The Little Hampton Brigade have arrived. There's another $30 thanks to All Decked Out, as that strikeout for Sam Flynn ends the innings, leaves 2 runners on base, and it's the third out. No runners across the plate in that innings, leaves it at a 3-2 lead.
Here too.
Glenn and Penny from All Decked Out, well, they'll be happy with the way it's going. They've seen 9 strikeouts so far this game. They're nearly at the $300 mark already. Another $30 for every strikeout for the rest of this game and through the women's game. And, of course, Garden Grove Haulage are up for $100 already after Sam Flynn hit a home run. And they'll be looking to see if we can advance that through the rest of this game and the next. And then, of course, the Barker Hotel, as I said, Anthony Crean from the Barker Hotel will be here. They're donating $50 for every home run in the charity home run derby. And they've also donated the snags on the barbecue. So big thanks to the Barker Hotel there. And Rhiannon Pearce, the Minister for Emergency Services, Correctional Services and Minister for Recreation, Sport and Racing, has had to send her apologies. Obviously, difficult times at the moment as the Minister, with a lot of things going on in the emergency service world that she would be receiving multiple briefings on and having to brief up herself. So she's had to send her apologies for tonight. But she thanks again everyone for supporting the wonderful CFS volunteers, of which she is the Minister responsible for. So she is very thankful for the support. She was a part of our Country Championships showcase game a fortnight ago now. So she loved every minute of that. So we thank her for her involvement, participation in softball. And a message I got today from the Minister Katrine Hilliard. She has passed on her congratulations to all the South Australian state teams who have been away at national championships. She wants to congratulate the under-23 women on their premiership, which we'll see Ben Lucas here a little bit later, who was the head coach of. But she also wants to congratulate the Open Women's on going into a back-to-back final, as that ball was smashed. It is hitting the fence and called a foul ball. Called a foul ball there by Toby Sadler, who's changed positions. He was over at first before. He's now gone to third base side.
Yeah, I looked at that. I thought that had crossed third base and fair.
Yeah,
the curve got it.
I thought that might have been going over the fence, but unfortunately didn't get there. Foul ball anyway. We've seen a change of positioning from the first and third base umpires here. The only one who didn't move was Damien McCauley on the plate. But yeah, the Katrine Hildyard wanted to pass her well wishes on to the 23 women for winning, the Open Women for going back-to-back, and wanted to pass on her best to the under-16 boys, who put on a phenomenal championship in Perth and ended up as the highest ever ranked South Australian men's or boys team in the history of South Australian softball. So Katrine Hildyard, an ex-softballer herself, wants to pass on all of her well wishes to everyone in Softball SA for all the work and all the performances that we're putting on the national level.
Yes, it's good to see softball advancing in South Australia the way it is. It's fly caught out and right. Well, Harry May back to the dugout.
Yeah, Jack Pendleton taking that catch just in front of the police, who have set up an RBT. So he had the disco lights behind him for that catch, as we see in the background. The police set up their RBT, but a lovely catch by Jake Pendleton out there for the first out of the bottom of the fifth. Dan Peterson comes up to bat. Last time he got on base with that two-base hit that went out to left field. We won't talk about that one though, Kelvin.
No, it's that's in the past now.
Yeah, we can only think can't do anything about the past. Can only work the future.
Yeah,
and that's what we're looking to do here.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that it's lovely. It's good to see the state teams doing so well in the last few years, getting better and better. I think the standard of coaching has really lifted, and it's starting to show. You know, not only at state level, but I think at association level too. Some very keen and well practiced coaches out there, which makes an awful lot of difference to the quality of the teams that they produce.
Yes, I think we're getting a better depth as well in our player pool, which is making it harder to get into the teams, which means your performance levels have to go up just to get selected, as that ball's going over the third base fence line, hits the outfield light tower on the full and kicks itself down into the creek. So some kid's going to get dirty and wet getting that one out, but that's what they do every Friday night up here.
Yeah, it's good the council have actually just cut it and cleaned it all up. It was pretty rough there for a while.
And that one there, a big swing but no ding as Dan Peterson puts himself back in, and that is the 10th strikeout of the game. That takes us to $300 thanks to All Decked Out so far, and we're not even halfway through the night. So thank you to All Decked Out, to Glenn and Penny, who are now up for $300. That there is a cracking shot, hit low out of the zone. It's going out to the fence. Out running around Angus Wilson. He had a good hit just before earlier tonight. He's going to scoot himself to third, and he stands up nicely.
Lovely flat hit.
Beautiful flat hit. He hit that down low out of the zone as well. He dug it out, and it stayed low and hard. It was a cracking piece of the ball. Angus Wilson having a little chat to Coa McLeod at third, and lovely piece of the ball. 2 out. Luke Moyle now comes up to bat.
Another good boy, this Luke Moyle. He was in two of the junior state championship teams I coached. Luke, very easy to get along with.
So, is there a comeback to coaching on your cards?
No, I don't think so. Not now.
And are we going to see you up here at the junior state championships in a couple of weeks?
Yes, we're doing a bit of catering on the Saturday and the Sunday, I think. There's going to be, quite a diverse range of foods available. We're just going to do the old sausages and sweet corn thing. It's only my wife and myself, and at my age, you're sort of starting to think, I don't want to stand up for 6 hours on a strut again anymore.
Well, I must say, I was here the other week and I was one of the last out the door and managed to snaffle myself a corn on the cob on my way out, and it was one of the yummiest things I've ever had. That ball punched up high in the air. It's fading a little around the left field, but they're deep. That's going to fall in. Yeah. That's fallen in the Bermuda Triangle of centre field, left field, and shortstop running back. And it's a stand-up double there to Luke Moyle, and more importantly, brings a run across the plate to take their lead to 2 now, with the score at 4-2, and the runner going out to run for Luke, who, of course, is the catcher. And the runner going out there looked to be Liam Lucas, which I'm not sure if it can be, because he's coming up to bat shortly, but he's out there. It's correctable. They'll work it if they need to. Yeah. The chances are if Clinky gets onto one here, he'll come home anyway.
Here's another lad, this Graham Clinky, who's come on. He's
hard hit ball. It's going the same spot. This time it's running out to centre field. That runner is going to come home and score. The ball back into the middle. No one covering first, so Clinky took a few extra steps, but's made himself back comfortably. Hard hit single to centre field. Brings home the runner there, which was in fact number 39, which was actually Sam Hancock, who's off the bench, so it was okay. But another run there takes their lead now out to 3 as the score goes out to 5-2. They're just starting to open the arms up a little bit now, the Red Sox, as Tyson Sorrigan comes up. He hits it hard at Coa McLeod over at third, fields it, throws it over to first. Travis Ashman takes it nicely and completes the innings. That was a well play to finish the third out of the innings. Not before 2 valuable runs. Takes, as I said, the score to 5-3 in favour of Mount Barker as we roll into the top of the 6. We're at the 70-minute mark. We've got 20 minutes to go in the game, no new innings in 15, so we might get through to the 7th. We'll have to wait and see. Well, I want to take this opportunity, Kelvin, because we don't know how much longer this game's going to go, but I want to take the opportunity to thank you. As the chairman of the board and someone involved in softball for a little while now, I have seen you around the grounds at a number of different locations, you and your wife doing an incredible amount of volunteer hours at not just, as you said, not just in the hills, but at state championships, junior championships. You've helped out at national championships. You've been in and around the game for an incredibly long time, and your service that you provide to this sport, just to keep people, the little things that just keep people ticking over and happy, from myself and from the entire softball community, we'd like to thank you and your wife for all the amazing work you have done for the sport over many number of years.
I appreciate that, Pete. That's really appreciated, Peter. I just I like the people and I like the atmosphere of it. It's there's so many people that put in so many hours, and there's a play there.
Chris McLeod there just dabbles that one up to first, and that gets the easy out. Also up to second base. Dan Peterson flicks it over to first for the easy first out. Zach Peterson now comes up. He so far has had 2 at-bats for 2 strikeouts, so he's sitting at $60 at the moment, Zach Peterson. So anyway, you were saying?
No, I just say I appreciate the sentiments that you made in that, and I know my wife Fiona will too. So
well, if
we
anyone...
get a lot of feedback from people, and it's all it's very positive, and people are appreciative. So no, we enjoy doing it.
Well, if anyone is around through the junior championships, feel free to make sure you get to the barbecue and thank them for the work they've done. As Zach Peterson that time hits it back to Harry May, who juggles the ball into his glove, as we see here on the replay. The left-hand pitcher, he's got the glove over on the right hand, which helped him a bit there as the ball went to the right-hand side of his body. It almost juggled him in between the legs. He's picked it up and flicks it over nicely. Much more controlled than the throw he had earlier. As that is the second out, and not Ryan Van Cote, this is Kyle McLeod now, gets his first go.
This is his first at bat, I think, is it?
This is his first, yep. So he's coming off a 5-3 play at the end of the last defensive innings. Harry May, I'm not sure where he ended up there, but he ended up somehow slipping over. I think he's actually launched his foot that far off the mat that he's actually hit the dirt and slipped sideways off it and fallen onto the grass. So he's lucky he didn't get a live drive back at him that time. Just to see that one, he just took a little bit of a shorter step to ensure he landed on the mat. And that one there comes off his glove. It's going to be a 1-4-3 play for the third out of the innings. No runs there, so they remain at 2. They're going to go into the bottom of the 6th now, and it is a 5-2 lead the way of the Red Sox. They'll be looking to put another couple of runs on, but at the same time, Macclesfield will be seeing if they can have another turn to bat. There is 12 minutes to no new innings, so we might get through to our 7th innings anyway.
And Macclesfield first at bat. So if they don't get it here, then they won't force Red Sox to bat again.
That's right. So Red Sox will have a hit. Then if they get another chance, Macclesfield, then they'll have one more turn. And if they can't put the runs on, it will be all over through 7.5. But we're at 6.5 at the moment, and going to lead off for the bottom of this 6th innings is Liam Lucas, the right fielder. Damien McCauley cleans the freshly painted plate. Reggie Fairley painted that, so I'm sure she's, for her pictures, just painted the white bits a little bit wider so the umpire can make sure they see it. Toby Sadler will be doing the plate, as I said. He publicly told everyone on Facebook the other day that he had a Specsavers test during the week and came out with 20/20 vision. So there's a foul ball. That one's landed in the bread basket for Chris McLeod, who politely shows the batter exactly where that ball hit. Chris, how many you got? He's still counting.
2 more, his underpants will fit him like a glove.
I did go to school with Chris. Counting to 2 was awkward for him then, so I'm not sure how he's going to go tonight. Oh, that ball hit straight through the legs of Kyle McLeod at third base. He nearly had the same issue as Chris McLeod. It was a McLeod thing. He's got something against the McLeods.
Yeah, there's too.
I think that's something against the McLeods there. He's taken the catcher out, then he's taken the third base out.
And his brother, yeah.
Unbelievable, but a very hard hit ball out. Liam finds himself standing on first base. Jack Hancock comes up to bat. He's had a hit tonight. That ball a little outside. Cohen still trying to blink to see if he can even see the ball coming. That went absolutely dingle through his legs that time. That one up in the zone. He had a go at it, but it was to get the runner over to second, which was successful. A steal there from Liam. Chris McLeod not chasing him. Sam Flynn will be doing all he can to end this innings without a run going across and hoping he can get himself another turn at bat. He'll need to if they're going to get these runs over the plate. As we see a couple of Pirates making their way here, they're going to be throwing the balls during the VIP home run derby.
Yeah, that's father and son.
So Henry and Nick Sexton. Henry, we throwing him down, the under-16 most valuable player. Nick Sexton's apparently going to be catching in behind, so that'll be good to see. I saw it the other way around at the Country Championships recently where Nick pitched to Henry. So foul ball there. Takes out the left leg of Damien Macaulay, bounces back into play, but a foul ball nonetheless.
Yes, that was a great effort by Henry to win that praise in the best in competition. I think well deserved too. Works very hard.
Oh, that ball beats the left-hand glove of Kyle McLeod, gets himself up to first there as Jack Hancock. And, of course, that vacated the base because Zach Peterson had to end up fielding it, which meant Liam Lucas scooted across to third. Very smart running there by Liam. In fact, he saw that the fielder had to field it and throw. As soon as he saw that, he knew his base was vacant and he was going to get there comfortably. So a safe hit there to shortstop. The second one for Jack for the night. And Liam stands up on third. Cameron Bottroff comes up to bat. And sneaking it across, there goes Jack Hancock to second.
Yes, I see Liam and Cohen having a chat out there. They played together as teammates and association teams when they were juniors.
Cohen definitely one who is always up for a chat.
Yeah.
Having been out and umpired a couple of games, he's been on the diamond. He's not bad at the banter either. He can tell someone when he thinks he's got him covered.
Very hard worker. I can remember he used to train, he used to practice and practice and practice when he was a junior as a pitcher. Was very hard on himself, very demanded a lot from himself. Lovely bloke though.
There's a foul ball. Sam Flynn trying to get to the end of this game as we speak. He's deep into his sixth innings. Joe Harvey's here now. The commentator for this game's just arrived. That's good to see.
Oh.
Never too late, Joe. Never too late. As that ball gets through both Cohen McLeod and Zach Peterson. And Cameron Bottroff finds himself up at first. Jack Hancock goes over to third, and the run of Liam Lucas comes across the plate. They now take their lead out to 6-2. Four-run lead currently the way of the Red Sox. Harry May puts one over the fence. It'll be 7. We'll be done.
Yes, that's...
But the runner goes over. He ain't going to get dirty. They're not throwing that. Cameron Bottroff stands up on 2. Jack Hancock stands up on 3. Harry May in the box with the ball on him. The wonderful CFS shirts that the Red Sox are wearing with the red and yellow checks around the end of the sleeves. As that ball goes up in the air... Sam Williams standing under it. He's under it. He's got it this time. The throw into the third base. The run comes across the plate. First out of the innings, but it's a fly to 7, and there is excitement on the bench next to me. Yeah. Look at that. He never looked in doubt.
Sacrifice fly, they call that, don't they? I don't know that any batter really goes up there to get caught way in the outfield.
Their attempt is to hit it as deep as they can. Now, as we see a batting change here, Dan Peterson takes himself out of the game. Sam Hancock comes into the game for a hit. So Sam has the honours now of trying to bring home a couple of runners. A runner anyway. We've got one standing up on third in Cameron Bottroff. 2 runs this innings. Their lead is now 7-2. Angus Wilson's up next. He's had a good triple last at bat. Sam has a swing harder there, but just a bit behind the ball.
These young Red Sox players are really stepping up, aren't they?
They are. I mean, Sam Flynn, he's probably tired. He's probably thrown about 60 or 70 pitches so far, but he's still chucking them down pretty hard, and they're hitting the glove nicely. So it's not easy work for any batter out there. And that one, just good watching of the eyes there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to call from Damien Macaulay. There's one out. Down in the dirt. Good watching from the young lad.
Good discipline.
He's already run across the plate once tonight. He came across earlier for, I reckon it was for Dan Peterson himself.
Oh.
No, sorry, it was Luke Moore. The last innings he came across the plate for Luke. That one there, swinging hard. There's a strikeout, number 11. Gets us up to another $30 from Glenn Penny from All Decked Out. The second out of the innings. Angus Wilson now steps up to bat. We're at 81 minutes. We are 4 minutes off no new inning. But if we do go to a new inning, it'll be the 7th anyway. This ball's going high in the zone as Chris McLeod was almost standing up there. Chris asking it for over more to the inside. He's looking for the runner down third base line. That one
Slowed
outside though. Not sure it quite went where the glove was wanting it. That one high, and Travis Ashman under it. He's looking at it. It's going behind him. He lost that completely in the air. And it was probably very close to clocking him on the head.
It was. It went behind him. He must have lost it in the sun, I would say. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he lost it in the sun.
Credit to the first base cameraman. If that ball had got over that fence, it was going to knock him on the head. And all he has up there is a jacket with a hat on.
And nowhere to go.
And the chief, Dave Muggleton, on the production step behind us here. So he doesn't want his camera crew damaged, but he also doesn't want his equipment damaged.
Yes, that
one there's gone over our head. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count.
And the man in the scissor lift out the back too. He's had a few whistle past his
He's
head.
had a few go very close to clobber in the head, but thank you to the crew for setting that up for our cameraman. There's another strikeout to end that innings. Right. The bottom of the 6th. Damien McCauley's looks like he's going again by the sounds of it. I haven't seen time call. No, he called time? We're going again. We're top 7. Let's go again, he says.
Okay.
That's a strikeout number 12 for the game. Another $30 thanks to All Decked Out. As we roll around to the top of the 7th, and the score is 7-2. Thank you very much, Kelvin, for joining us. We'll get Joe Harvey in for the last few outs here, see what he can do. But appreciate, as I said, all your help, Kelvin. Thank you. Hello, Joe. How are you?
Good afternoon, people. How are we?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. I've told everyone the reason you're a little bit late, you've been at rehab for the hammy. Is that correct?
A little bit of rehab and coaching the under-16s.
Oh, how'd you go?
Up the top. So I left a little bit early to come down here and just cop the end of this game a bit. We're down by 1 currently, but very tight game. It's good playing Hahndorf at the moment. So.
Nice. Well, our score here is 7-2 in favour of Mount Barker. It's been close, though. It was only 3-2 for most of the game, and Redsox here need to get the runs to keep the game going. We're into the top of the 7th, so we're going through the 7th inning. And into bat now we have Aaron Pearce, the second base fielder for Macclesfield. He's so far tonight had a couple of strikeouts from his at-bats. Of course, $30 going the way to the CFS Foundation from Glenn and Penny from All Decked Out for strikeouts tonight. We've had 12 so far in this game.
Fantastic. I love that.
And we've had a home run. It didn't go over the fence, but it was an in-diamond home run from Sam Flynn. So another $100 there. A lovely little pickup at second base there by Sam Hancock, who's just come in for Dan Peterson. Don't know if Dan would have got down to that. It was low to his left. But Sam picks it up, flicks it over to Graham Clinky for the first out.
Sam Hancock, one of our state under-16s. Good talented pitcher coming through the ranks, which is fantastic. He had a wonderful tournament at the Nationals a couple of weeks ago.
He did indeed. Good up-and-coming young player. How old is he? Has he got another year at 16?
He's got another year in 16, so yeah, he's going to be our new superstar coming through. We lose a couple that age out, but Sam's going to be very handy to have on board from Redsox.
Looking at him out there on the diamond, he does not look out of place with this group of people.
No.
He's built strong. He's got height.
He's looking a little taller than his brother these days as well. Oh, you got Trav Ashman.
He flicks it off. It's going to be a flick up from Sam Hancock, but luckily this time, earlier when that happened, it went the other way for second base, but this time it went to the favour of the second base fielder, who was able to get it up to Clinky for a 1-4-3 play. That's the second one of them we've seen tonight. Sam Williams is now going to come up to bat. They have one more out standing for them, Macclesfield. We're into the 7th, as I said. We do have a player of the match. Probably hard for you to give the player of the match because you don't know who's done what. But so far through the night, if we go through the lineups, Harry May, he hasn't got himself on base. Sam Hancock's got himself struck out twice. Angus Wilson's had a triple to centre field and a single to right field. We've had a single to Graham Clinky, a triple and a single to Tyson Sorrigan, two singles to Liam Lucas, 2 singles to Jack Hancock, and a single to Cameron Bottroff for the Red Sox.
A couple of low pitches in there from Harry May.
And for Mackie, Jack Pendleton's had a walk. Lockie Abbott had a single to centre field. Sam Flynn had an in-diamond home run. We've seen a couple of strikeouts then through the next batters, and that's a single to Sam Williams at the end. That's about all we've had from Mackie, so the work's been done from the top end in Lockie Abbott and Sam Flynn for them. And there is the final strikeout of the game. It is all over. It's going to be a 7-2 win in favour of the Red Sox. Probably the way that people thought the game would go, but it managed to get to 7 innings, which
that's good. That's really good. That's good to have a little spectacle on nights like tonight. Look, Red Sox, very strong side, even without Jared. They've picked up Graham Clinky this season, and so he's definitely bolstered their side just to fill in the gaps. They're doing really well.
Well, I'm going to go out and get a player from each team and interview him. So that being the case, you just tell us a little about the 16s while I go get set.
Absolutely. So carry on there from the under-16s. In Mount Barker squad, we've actually got 2 under-16 players there that came away with us to Mirrabooka, with Tyson Sorrigan and Sam Hancock, who was just playing at second base, and Tyson Sorrigan at shortstop. I believe Tyson, he got shortstop player at the national tournament team. And Sammy, I think he just missed out, but a quality pitcher. He did really well for us out there. So it's great to see these 2 young lads out on the diamond playing senior men's ball. Just shaking hands now. I'm looking forward to seeing the women's Premier League teams make their way down. Oh yes, the 16s national tournament. I was one of the assistant coaches out there, along with Darryl Elliott and head coach Dominic Sexton. So all Pirates coaches have really put their brains together and created a good solid squad. Great camaraderie is what I think really brought it home for us this year, and to be the most successful. What we are going to interview here.
We've got the player of the game here for tonight, and then we've also got Sam Flynn, mainly because we just want to see how Sam has pulled up from that double play just a little bit earlier on. But a great game for you, mates. You're a little up and comer who's having a cracker out there tonight. How'd you go?
I was just treating it as any other game.
Man of many words so far. Mates, a couple of good hits at the bat. Obviously, Sam Flynn's your pace, is it?
Yeah. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah, that's not what you're out here for, Sam. Sorry about that. Tell us a little bit about you, mate. Those that haven't seen you on the live stream before haven't seen a lot about you. What's your background, where you're coming from, and what's your aim in softball?
Came from USC Bears and Cubs, my home team. Woo! Just got back from Nationals a couple of weeks ago, so I guess I was pretty refined for this game.
And who's your mentor, mate? Coming through this sort of lineup, there's a few decent people there. Liam Lucas is the hero, is it? You've got plenty of good people around you at the Red Sox, mate. Who do you take your game from?
Yeah, Dan's not bad. He was the one that got me playing here. So thanks, Dan.
Okay, so Dan Peterson, mate,
We're gonna get
an Archbar voucher for player of
the game.
Come see me straight after the game and I'll give that to you. Sam Flynn, come over here, mate.
I got told earlier tonight that James Harris said that this could have been an over 35s trial. He alerted me to the fact that you just qualify for over 35s. But after that performance I saw on the dirt here before, talk me through that. That came off the end of the bat. You would have been thinking it's coming faster and then it's just dollied at you. You've somehow caught it, spun it 90 degrees and backhanded it across the first like you're an indoor cricket player. Did it all go to plan in your head?
Oh, it probably is some cricket experience, some slips fielding, I suppose. But yeah, you just react to it, really. It's, you just see the ball and catch it. It's not much to it, really. So.
Did you ever believe that the double play was going to be on offer there? Or
I had a feeling he might have been half up the line, but yeah, still didn't help us in the end.
It didn't help you, but you've pitched phenomenally well. And an in-diamond home run, mate. $100 going to CFS Foundation thanks to you running 4 bases at the same time. Was it worth the $100 in your legs?
Absolutely. And thanks to Gus for making an effort of it. Got me round. So.
No, it was a good game. They're an unbelievable side, and
hats off to us. We did really well.
You did do well. We got to 7 innings, a 7-2 win to the Redsox. Ladies and gentlemen, put it together for the Redsox and Mackie for a fantastic performance. We'll be back very shortly with
some activities on the diamond with a home run challenge and chasing a bear.
We got the award. I've done. Come in.
Hello, I'm fantastic. How are you? Congratulations, well done. Fantastic. Loving the gear. Happy to be a member of the Mount Barker Brigade as well. So, absolutely cool. And we can play Redsox and we're pretty stoked about it. So, well done, mate. Thanks very much. This was supposed to go through. Oh, for real? Yeah. Yeah. Well, it turns out CFS is not in Mount Barker. Here we go. Oh, I thought something about a challenge. Yeah, no, we're down on just down the corner. So excellent. Well played, all right? Great game. Thanks. Yeah.
If there are any kids that want to take part in the Chase the Smoky, make your way out to the diamond. Erin is going to coordinate you. So make your way out here, come through the third base or first base bench and come out and stand here. We'll be getting underway shortly.
But I might hit other people. I'm going to show off here. Pretty sure he's got a couple. What do you need his attention for? I mean, just set it to, like, whatever the ground is. Is it 4-5 or 4-8?
Alrighty, here we go. We're going to get ready. Brett Butler has just thumped down the batter's box. I tell you what, it's almost a good line, guys, but this side need to come back a bit. Come on.
Back. Bit more. All right, so this is how it's going to work. Smokey, you good? You're starting out at second. I haven't seen you win one yet. We're into our fourth year. Do you feel good today? Yes, thumbs up. I don't know what they got. Thumbs, I don't know what they are, but they're up anyway. And we've got, what do we got? About a half a dozen kids. Your job is to get past Smokey. Don't go through Smokey, it will hurt. Go around or under or push past. First and second cross the line will get a prize. You ready? Go! Righto, Smokey is flying along. Smokey looks like, well, there's a few short miss there. Oh, Smokey's the only one touching the base. Well, look, Smokey made it. Smokey made it. No, we got kids. Look, not the hamstring, Joe. Not the hamstring. Alrighty. Righto, kids. You nearly beat Smoke, but come back in the line. We're going to get you all to do one more lap. Yeah, because you don't look tired enough yet. So come on back. Your parents don't mind missing you for another minute or two. Come back on the line.
Touching bases is the idea of softball. There are umpires around watching. This man here, Kevin Tannering. You're watching, they've got to touch the base. He can't see the bases. That's good. No, Smokey can watch and adjudicate the winners. Here we go. You ready? A metre penalty. Oh, he's calling him back. He's calling him back a bit. Ready? And go! There you go. They weren't paying attention at all. We got it going. They're slowing up the bases. Look out. We come round the outside, flying home. Touching bases. Looks like we're going to have the winner crossing the plate. Well done, guys. You've just run 3 laps of the bases, most anyone's probably going to do tonight. And we'll get Jess Selassie, the local councillor, out here to award our first and second place. I believe you came in second and first. Come on over here, guys. All right. What's your name?
Rose.
Rose. You nailed that. You beat him by a mile. Congratulations. A hand for Rose. What's your name, buddy? And what's your name?
Dustin.
Dustin, you chased hard. You chased hard and you did well. Congratulations, Dustin. Everyone around for Dustin. And what about this wonderful koala, Smokey? A big round of applause for Smokey. Unlike Joe Harvey, never does a hamstring. Congratulations to everyone for your performance tonight. Thank you very much. If you make your way off, Aaron. And we're going to invite out some of our VIPs. We're going to start off by inviting out the man who's probably yawning every second of every day at the moment because he's been incredibly busy. He's been on TV probably more than he's wished in the last week. But the CFS Chief, Brett Lachlan, everybody. Brett, before we start, there's something that needs to be importantly done right at the start to just hopefully tickle you a little bit. And I've got Joe Liddell and Lynn Adams out here to present you with something. And he's got a Hills Heat uniform playing shirt with the numbers 000 on the back. And I'm thinking that's going straight to the pool room. I tell you what, Brett, with that on tonight, you could go and be Bat Boy. What do you reckon?
I'm ready. Sign me up.
Sign me up. You've just told me that your children play for Redsox, so they've obviously had a win tonight, so you're feeling pretty chuffed?
They're going to be very excited. They're loving playing softball and a bit of Moddy's T-ball there. Absolutely loving it. What a great sport.
Well, that's great to hear. Thank you very much for being here tonight on what is an incredibly busy week. We'll talk to you about that in a minute. Joe Harvey's over here watering the dirt, which is good because he's just run across it and he skipped over so fast he set it on fire. But Joe Harvey, part of the Pirate Softball Club, always a big part of CFS. You've got something you'd like to give to the CFS Chief as well.
So on behalf of the NFA Pirate Softball Club, we would like to donate $500. Every year we try at least contribute to you guys. You do a fantastic job. As an ex-Parks firefighter myself, over a decade, I know the people work that you guys do and the support you do, what you guys are dealing with currently, many times. So I hope it goes towards lots and lots of help for the fighters out. Thank you very much. Thanks very much, mate.
Get in there.
Thank you very much. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Righto, okay, so let's move on to inviting out a few more of our VIPs who are here tonight. We'll invite out Andrew Lawson from the CFS board. Andrew, welcome. Also coming out, Nathan Watts from the CFS board. Jess Selassie, we've already seen her once tonight from the local council of Mount Barker Council. Anthony Cream, is he here at all? He's hiding. And from all... What? Yeah, Glenn from All Decked Out. Now, Glenn's I just reminded him that he's already up for $360 due to 12 strikeouts in that first game from the men's, and we've got some dynamite pitches in the next one, so hope the bank account's looking strong, mate, because it's going to be worthwhile, every bit of it. Now, what's going to happen here, we've got a couple of people who are involved in our under-16 boys state team over in Perth, the highest winning ever men's or boys team in a national championship. If you don't know, Joe Harvey was one of the assistant coaches, as he's just told you. But we've got the other son, so we'll bring them on out. We'll start off with the MVP of the Under-16 National Championship, Henry Sexton, ladies and gentlemen. And the coach who didn't do his hamstring at the tournament, his father, Nick Sexton, is coming out over here. Henry, MVP, mate, you were throwing them down like bullets. Please look after our VIPs tonight. We need them to come back again, and they're very busy people. Would you please be gentle? I think, yes, Dad, next to you. But I'll take that. All right, what we're going to do, we're going to line up. We're going to have a hit. You get a few pitches. The idea is you've got to hit it over that orange cones. For every ball that goes over that orange cones, the Barker Hotel are donating $50 for every home run. There is absolutely no pressure on any of you, but we want maximum dollars out of them for the CFS Foundation. So who's going to start off? CFS Chief, Brett Lachlan. Gentlemen, take your spots. I'll get that. Righto, first up, Brett Lachlan's going to have a hit over the orange cones or the coloured cones over there. Shallow infield, outfield. Needs a ball. Now we've got the kids out there from the home run challenge. Your idea is to hit it to them. That speed, just that speed. It's a good speed. Henry, were you the MVP? Oh, I haven't seen a strike yet. Now, those that weren't there during the country championship, no pressure, but Brett did hit a home run during the slow pitch game. He scooted around all four bases, and then I delightfully put the microphone in front of him and asked him some questions while he was out of puff. That's a foul ball. Oh, look out for your name back. Oh, there it goes in the dirt. All right, it's fundraising. We're auctioning off the CFS Chief's name badge. Sorry. Whoa! He's got his eye in now. You want one more? Have one more. This one. $50. It's going over. We'll make it go over. Hey! Oh, lovely. All right. Who's going up next? All right, here we go. Andrew Lawson from the CFS board. He's coming up for a hit. Mobile phone in the back pocket. I like it. Righto. Oh. Righto. Nearly. I tell you what, that packed down batter's box is already chopped up. Well left. Oh, bat on ball. Have another go, and then we'll bring someone else in. The Hills Heat here, looking ready to go. They're in the net. Shoot. Yep, no, good hit. Good hit. Who's going next? Jess. Your turn, yeah. Righto. Local councillor for Mount Barker Council. Just come back a little bit. Back into the hole. That's it. Righto, big swing. Contact. Hey, sign her up. Oh, nah. Oh, she's got her eye, and there's contact happening here. You played softball before? Okay. It's never too late. Oh. There we go. That's 3 through the gate so far. Oh, and that's going to be another for sure. Yes. Thank you to your council for mowing the lawn. That got to the cones. Up. Righto. Well done. We're up to 6 that have gone through the cones now. Here's Nathan Watts from the CFS board. So 6 through the cones puts us at $300. That looked like it was almost a cricket bat style. Yes, we don't want to hit them, Henry. There we go. Number 7 through the gates. Whoa, that was good contact. Number 8 through. We're up to $400. Hey! Ooh. One more. And another one. Well done. Now, I don't know about you, but that little girl in the striped costume out there, I was panicking for a minute. I know the government are building a new hospital up here, but I didn't know we needed it tonight. Righto, here we go. Glenn's having a couple. Glenn from All Decked Out, the business that is donating $50 per strike. Heads up, guy. Oh, we're going everywhere trying to hit people now. $50 for every strikeout in the men's and women's game. We are currently sitting at 12 from the first game, so $30 per every strikeout. So Lacey and Michaela, strikeouts of the way tonight. If we can do that, get $30 for everyone. And batters, feel free to let the third strike go straight across the plate and watch it. Oh, if you can put it over the fence, you get 100. So, oi! Oh, not that girl again. No, look out! Righto, we're at 10. Let's see if we can get to 11. You baseball or softball or something? Jeepers. All right, if you can put one over in fair play, we'll count it. Oh, heads up down to the barbecue. Oh, the Dan Peterson light tower. Righto, last one. Here we go. That'll get through, though. That's 11. That's $550 going to the CFS Foundation as part of the Home Run Derby. Give a round of applause to our hitters, Andrew Lawson, Nathan Watts, Jess Selassie, Brett Lachlan. What a wonderful turnout that was. Oh, and of course, Glenn from All Decked Out at the end there, business over the top. Thank you very much. Ask the CFS Chief just to come out while the teams have a little bit of a warm-up. Thank you to the rest of you. I'll get you after the game. Now, Brett, what an enormous week for your crews down in the south of the Fleurieu area. We've seen the helicopters and the planes fly back to base for the night. I know from my point of view, a lot of my staff are going down there for the weekend with roadblocks. You've had probably thousands of CFS volunteers putting their time and effort into that fire. Give us an update on where we're at with it and how your crews are holding up.
Pete, this week you've seen CFS at its absolute best. You've seen, as you said, nearly 300 firefighters at any one time on the fire ground. They're sustaining that for day shift, night shift, the swing shift. We've set up a whole base camp at Warina Cove, a staging area at Yankalilla. There's 38 aircraft supporting our operations across the state at the moment. And of a fire of the intensity and size of Deep Creek, so far, though the damage assessment continues, so far we are yet to lose a house. And that's absolutely incredible. And I don't know how our people have pulled it off, but they have absolutely done superhuman work. And tonight there's hundreds of them out there undertaking a big, complex backburn to try and put this fire into a box. And I'm incredibly proud of them.
And obviously down there it's horrible landscape to try to fight a fire in, given the amount of foliage around with the trees, and obviously the terrain is ridiculous. That's why you've got the choppers, planes and everything involved in it. How are the crews actually holding up? It's a lot of it, I'm assuming, is some sit and wait for the fire to come to you.
The crews are incredible. They're in good spirits. They're doing good, meaningful work, but it is hard work. It is dangerous work, and they're doing it very courageously, very compassionately, and I'm very, very proud of them.
And tonight's obviously all about the CFS Foundation and trying to raise as much money as we can for the foundation that look after these people that are out fighting these fires. These volunteers, as I said on the live stream before, the husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunties, the works out there doing this on top of their normal workloads as volunteers to try to keep South Australia as safe as it can be. And the CFS Foundation does amazing work for those families when they need their help, don't they?
Foundation is incredible. It gives me the confidence that when I send people out into scenarios like Deep Creek, like Tuparang, like Catarapco Island, all these fires we've had of late, that if anything happens, they're going to be looked after, they're going to be supported. And that's an incredibly powerful thing. It's a special thing, and not every state has a CFS Foundation equivalent. And so South Australians should be very proud of what they've set up, what they achieve, because we're incredibly grateful for that support.
No worries, Brett. Well, from everyone here, we will be donating as much as we can, not just tonight, but right across the weekend to the CFS Foundation for your incredibly hard-working volunteers and staff that you've got out and about, and obviously getting support from the MFS as well throughout it, and the national parks and all the other agencies and stakeholders that are involved in it. But every one of us are going to be donating as much as we can for your people tonight. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of the night.
Pete, you're an absolute legend. As you said, it's broader than CFS. It's all the other agencies. They're good friends in the police. It's national parks, firefighters, forestry, crews from Victoria, WA and New South Wales out there as well. It's a team effort, just like softball. And we love the support. We love this event. Thank you, and go Hills Heat.
There we go. Brett Locke, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be out shortly for the pre-match minute silence, and then we'll get the game going very soon.
Sorry, what's the setting? Because it's on A now, and I think I manually turned it before.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please join us, if you're able to stand up.
Tonight, obviously, we're here for a very important cause, the CFS Foundation, which obviously looks after and supports the people who represent the CFS as volunteers and go out and about and fight of themselves in situations that are incredibly risky, and we thank them for the work they do. Unfortunately, at times, some of them are unable to return home, injury or situations.
The foundation
raise the money to support those families in the times of needs. As you can see here, we've got
the Hills Heat, the Port Adelaide team
lining up with our VIPs. And I ask you, if you can,
please just take
a stand, take your hat off and have a minute's silence for those who have been unfortunately lost fighting fires. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Give a round of applause to Hills Heat and Port Adelaide, who are about
put on a phenomenal
spectacle.
Enjoy it. We get Canteen Bar, support a worthy cause. Well, hello everyone and welcome here to Anembo Park. We're up the hill at Mount Barker, half hour from Adelaide for what is the CFS round, the second game of the night. We've seen the men, now we're about to see the women take part in the Premier League game. It's the Hills Heat versus Port Adelaide Magpies. I'm joined in commentary tonight by two absolute legends of the game. Our international superstar, under-18 assistant coach and Open Stars player, Reagan Diaz. Welcome.
What an intro, thank you. No, I'm happy to be here. This is a really cool round. I think it's for a very noble cause, and I'm excited to see what these two teams put forward.
And also joining us on the live stream tonight, the Sturt Falcons champion of the game. She's been vice-captain of the Australian Spirit. She's been a Stars premiership winner herself. Belle White, welcome.
Thank you very much for that intro. No, it's great to be here again. I'm excited for the cause for tonight and excited to see what these two teams can bring.
Two teams sitting atop of the ladder in 1-2 with a good run home for both teams. They'll be looking to try to consolidate those positions. What do you think is going to occur out on our diamond tonight, Reagan?
We were deliberating about this before we came live, and I'm not too sure other than some really good softball. Hills Heat is in really good form right now. I do think being down a pitcher is going to make things a little more interesting, but we'll see how it goes.
And both teams coming off a loss from the return from the Christmas break the other day. Sturt defeating the Hills 4-0 and Walkerville defeating Port 3-1. Bill, you seem pretty happy with those results, dancing in the sidelines here?
Yeah, absolutely. We were chuffed to start off the second half of the season with a win after our first half. And, it's just good. Second half of the season, you just never know what can happen. Players have left. Players have come off big tournaments. People have done nothing. So, it makes for an exciting second half of the season.
A very close Premier League this year with no real idea as to who's going to finish in those final spots. So tonight's game means a lot for these two teams to try to consolidate that time up the top. Reagan, who we got pitching and catching here? You talk us through this defensive lineup. It's on the sheet in front of you.
Sorry, put me on the spot.
Yep.
We've got Georgia King behind the dish. Michaela Yankovic is starting in the circle. Megan Jemson is at first, or Megan. Megan. Sky Vomard is at second base. Abby Bastion is our starting shortstop. Charisma Bergensen is at third. And then from left to right is Zoe Merich, Tara Lamke, and Brianna Luxon.
Perfectly well done. Chloe Zackley, the DP as well. And Chloe Davis is in the batter's box for Port Adelaide. She started off with a strike. That one in the dirt, short of the plate. The plate umpire tonight, Toby Sadler, just got his level 5 and reported during the week via Facebook that he went to Specsavers and got 20/20 vision. So a very dangerous thing to do as an umpire when you're on live stream a couple of days later. Up at first, Pete Fairley, also a level 5 recently, over in the under-18s, and Jackie Crafter over at third. Of course, tonight's game, we will have a player of the game thanks to Carve Eyewear. So they'll receive a set of Carve Sunnies and a $30 food and beverage voucher to the Sporties Bar, thanks to the Arca Bar. The Carve sunglasses, how good are they?
They're nice. They're comfy. I have a pair myself, and I think I could do with a youth pair because my face is so small, but they're really nice, and I think they look good.
Righto. Well, we know Saturday's down at West Beach. That sun can hit you later in the day, so important to have on. And, of course, the player of the game, powered by Eastern Australia. The player of the game will earn a $50 Eastern Australia voucher for the play of the game. So no pressure on the both of you to pick those out as the game goes on. That ball hit down a slower pitch. Chloe Davis scoots up, but Michaela Vankovic gets it, flicks it over to Sky Vumard, who covers the base for the first out.
Yeah, great sequence of pitches there. She attacked hard on the inside and threw a couple of change-ups from the get-go, which we know Michaela has a good change-up, and she just caught Chloe Davis there, and, very athletic there of Michaela to come across and get that ball. It's definitely her ball to get. So, good first out there for Hills.
Definitely, and good on the second baseman for filling in behind the first baseman, who came off to potentially field it as well. Just good softball.
Montana Edwards smashes that ball straight at Sky Vumard, picks it down at her left foot, flicks it over to Megan Jemson for the second out.
Yeah, we're only talking about Montana beforehand, how we were saying that the first half of the season she was smoking the ball everywhere, and there she is at the first pitch.
Yes.
Hard hit to second base. On grass, the ball does come off a little bit slower off the bat, so that will also play an effect for fielding and hitting tonight.
The new batter in the box, Lacey Ham. Yeah, you're right, the ball on the grass. Obviously, a lot of the Hills players would have spent a fair bit of time up here playing, would probably have a bit more regular, use of it. Some of the Port Adelaide players do also get up here from time to time, so there'll be a few that would know about the grass play, but it is definitely a different surface to play off. Reagan, tell us a little bit about Lacey. No? Okay, she's got nothing. I'll put her on the spot again.
You keep doing that to me. Yeah, she did. She had to come back around the weekend, but you know what? She finished the out.
Yes.
That's the best part. It's going to come back to you and get you. You finished the out. And she did just that, so she did what she needed to do. So it's really good to see her back on the diamond because I was a little concerned that she wouldn't,
make it back on the diamond.
Yeah, that it would have been an injury. So it's really good to see her back out here. Good news.
Chop at the ball there. Takes the top of the bat to the back net for a foul.
You see Michaela mixing it up here. She's gone with the inside the change. That rise there has just got Lacey chasing there with that foul tip.
Yeah, Michaela went away with us for Open Women's, and I thought she had a fantastic debut. She hit her corners really well, did just what she's doing right now, and it's exactly what you want out of a pitcher.
Off the end of the bat for a nice easy third out to Michaela there to play one.
Finishes the innings, no runs scored.
Very good start for Hills, and good on Port coming out. They were attacking hard, they were aggressive. They're looking to swing. Obviously, it's an extra big diamond. It's a men's diamond, so if the infield are deep and you get onto one, it's going to go, but it also means you have to run it out. So
how far is
your
the
wheels
fence?
going? Pete, how far is the
further
fence?
than West Beaches.
It's very far.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It looks like
350.
That's huge.
I'll go with that.
It's bigger than ours, that's all I know.
That's the...
But yeah, if there's a misjudgment by the outfield or they hit a gap down the line,
oh my gosh.
it's going. And with your pace, Reagan, you'll make it there. Me, maybe second. Pete, maybe first base. Pete?
I'm not getting out the batter's box. Don't be silly. Righto, well, you ran around the diamond before. Reagan, Bill, your turn this one.
Okay. Sorry, let me get the right sheet. Oh, I have two here.
Yep, the one
under. All right, we've got Lacey starting in the circle, pitching to Courtney Shepherd. We've got Jess Ryder at first, Montana Edwards at second, Chloe Davis third, Amber Dobie Mobus at short. Left field, we've got Jess Maslin, Senna Sasha, and Amber Pitford at right.
And as you said, Port Adelaide getting defeated by Walkerville on the weekend, so they'll be looking to come out hard here. And the Hills, obviously, going to be led off by some kid called Abby Bastion. Don't know if you've heard much about her recently, but she's been everywhere.
Yeah, she has had a stellar January. Represented South Australia in under-23s, under-18s, won a national championship under-23s, under-18s, went to the grand final in Opens Women's, got selected in Open Stars, won the Rookie of the Year at the Open Championship. You know, this is just 1 month, let alone the next 10 years for this kid. So she had a phenomenal January and turned 18.
And got selected to the Spirit.
Oh, yes, that too.
Wonder what she got for Christmas.
Yeah, yes. I'm pretty sure she didn't celebrate her 18th as such, other than on the softball diamond, but I'm not going to lie, I would pick that over an 18th birthday party. All of those accolades, 100%. So she leads it off for the Hills. She wasn't there last week. She was at Aussie Spirit tournament. So she'll be a good addition for the Hills tonight with her consistency throughout the season. So.
And if you missed it before, during the men's game, I had Reggie Fairley on the commentary with me, and she said that Abby asked if she could play B grade for the Hills tomorrow because she just wanted to play softball. Reggie's politely told her no.
It's a little selfish. Share it around, Abby. No. Yeah, that's just typical Abby there, wanting to just play as many games as she can.
Smashes the ball at the shortstop. It gets past Amber Dodd Mobius. She gets herself up to first. That'll go in the book as an error. But Abby will stand up on first, and that's the start the Hills wanted.
And that's exactly what grass will do. It looks like on dirt it will just come to you nice and hard, but just here on the grass you just sort of see it sort of snake away slightly from the shortstop's backhand under it there and gets her on at first. So they've got some wheels on at one, and that brings up Megan Jempson.
And Megan's played a lot of softball up here with Harndorf Magpies, so she'll be knowing exactly what this diamond does and what she needs to do in this situation to push Abby around, another fellow Harndorf club member with her.
I think I'd like to see some short game to see how the ball plays right in that lip.
Abby, too quick there.
Yep, there's the speed we were talking about. And it's tough to get out the box. It looks like home plate there for Courtney. It is quite a little bit sluggish and soft. And with Abby's speed, she just got there with ease. Good throw, though, but just a bit too speedy.
Abby finds herself on second. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Attempted running bumps there. Cold strike.
You talk about the short game. Reggie is one who does like to turn the short game on quite a bit and often at unpredictable times. So,
yeah, I do. I'm a fan of short game. I think it's also pretty just kind of textbook softball. It's like you get someone on and you bunt them over, or you hit it hard like that.
And hit hard there, you're right. That time Amber did the job, fielded it, but wasn't able to get the throw off to hold a runner out, so she's held Abby at 2 instead. Smart play when she's not going to get the throw out at first. With Abby's speed, would have got over to third. So a good result for Port in the end.
Yeah, definitely. We always see shortstops, thinking they can still make that play, and it's not on, and then they just advance the runner to third. Generally, they score. As you can see, she's quite deep behind the line there, so it's a big throw, but very smart play on her to not have a crack. Even a fake would have been
I was just
optional
thinking that because you're looking at Abby's posture and she wanted to run on the throw. And so knowing that you have an aggressive runner on base, if you field it too deep to be able to make the play at one, you just give them a little pump fake and see if you can get the lead runner in a pickle.
But don't let go of the ball. I've seen that a few times in a grand final. I'm not going to mention what team it was. I'm sure West Torrens know who it was and what happened.
I think I've seen it. Oh, good shot.
Charisma Bergensen smashes it out to the left field. It goes under the glove. Crossing the plate, Abby Bastion. Megan Jemson's going to score herself home, and Charisma's going to stand up at 3. The throw comes in. Charisma stands up pretty proud with 2 runs crossing the plate there.
And that's that gap we were talking about on this diamond. Just gets, Mazzo tries her best to get there, but it's right in the gap, goes to the fence, and it's an easy triple as we watch the replay here. Just angle backs nicely, but just doesn't get down to it. And as soon as that goes through, it's a...
And of course, up to bat now, Georgia King in the 4 slot, puts it up high. Amber Mobius gets under it. She takes the catch. Charisma stands up at 3, not going to take the run home. So the first out of the inning.
Just under that one. She hit it really well, just straight up. It's a good result for Port Adelaide's defense.
So we've got here that a Space Crate and some donations today. That's happening tonight. Space Crate is donating $10 for every strikeout and $50 for every run scored. So we've got
100 so far for the runs.
2 runs scored so far. And then all decked out is $50 per strikeout. So it's great we're putting balls in play, but some strikeouts would be nice just to get the money ticking over. But yeah, good start there with 2 runs by Hill, so that's $100. And if they score Charisma here, we'll keep adding to the tally.
And of course, Garden Grove Haulage, also $100 for a home run. So we've had one of them in the men's game. We had 12 strikeouts in the men's game, so $360 from all decked out just from the men's game alone, the strikeouts. So
very good.
It's going nicely.
Home run over the fence or just any
we've made
home
up
run is a scorebook?
We've made up the rules. It was an infield home run to Sam Flynn, and for the fact he was over 35 and ran all 4 bases, we counted it as $100.
That's fair, very fair. As an over 35, I totally think that's fair.
And I've got a message here. Charisma Bergeson's mum stays up late to watch all of her games. She's in San Francisco. So a massive shout out to Kim Bergeson, who's probably very happy seeing Charisma standing over on third right now.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Kim. Welcome.
Hi. I've been friends with Charisma since college.
Really?
Oh.
Yep. So you should tell us a little bit about Charisma. Since
she's coming home. That's what we're telling you. No one's covering the plate. There's another 50, and the runner takes towards 2 with no coverage, though at first she's able to get herself back safely there. Zoe Marich. Another 50.
Beautiful. No one covering home on that pass ball there, and good on Zoe to turn hard to potentially get that extra bases. That's what you want.
Time called by Coach Ben Lucas. Best time ever to hear from Reagan a bit about Charisma. Come on, you went to school with her. Tell us plenty.
I did not go to school with her.
Well,
she went to San Jose State, and I went to Santa Clara University. We were kind of crosstown rivals, I guess. We played each other all the time in preseason and in just the regular season, but She's really, really good friends with one of my really good friends. And so, yeah, that's how I met her, and it's just always fun, scary to play against her. But I'm so happy that she made the trip and is able to experience what it's like to play overseas, and I know that she is just loving this experience, and so it's good to see her over here.
The other Hills Heat international player, Sarah Harvey, normally pitches, but she's done an injury to her right knee, I think it is. She's just got a bit of swelling that they're not taking the risk tonight, so won't be seeing her out there.
Yeah, that'll be a tough second half of the season if that injury doesn't come, better for Sarah, because she's been a great input into the Hills and a great support with Michaela. Both of them going the different type of pitching has been a really good balance for Hills. So not saying Michaela can't do it, but it's always good to have that strong backup. And as I said, they worked well together and they've put themselves in a really good position for this second half. So hopefully it all goes well for her.
Brie Luxon in the box at the moment.
Brie had a great under-18s tournament. Brie did.
Hit an infield home run herself, didn't she?
Yeah, I think it's one of those, technically a single, and then she got, but you know what, she still got to run it, still got to leg it out, and it was a hard hit ball. It was going to be a hit no matter what.
There is a strikeout, so we're getting $30 there from All Decked Out. And what's Space Great giving for a strikeout?
$10.
$10, so $40 there to the kitty for the first strikeout of the game. The second out of the inning. Zoe Marich stays on first. Sky Vumard's into the box.
Yeah, good time to call a timeout there and just resettle the team. They've got, that one out, and then Lacey's settled herself back down and then just come in and got that strikeout. So really critical. Just a little reset from Port Adelaide, and hopefully they can get an out in the next two batters and then go in and get some hits and score some runs.
Courtney Shepherd just asking the plate umpire what was wrong with that. All cool.
Sky is another young one that had some really good state tournaments. I believe she won the shortstop of the tournament for her under-16s trip.
Yes, Reggie's got a fair bit to think about Sky herself. Believes that she's a good up-and-coming young player. Plays in multiple positions around the diamond, which is very handy, and has plenty of speed.
Yes. She's looking real good at second base as well, so it's nice to know, for the Hills to know they've got options, lots of options in the infield and lots of strong infielders to go to.
Strikeout to end the innings there. Another $50 donated between the two sponsors. At the end of the first innings, it's a 3-0 lead in favour of the Hills. What do you both take of that?
Kind of expected with Hills. As Reagan said at the start, they've been hitting really well and had a first good start of the season. So not surprised they've come up out guns blazing. But Port is very much a team that you can't underestimate. Sturt, no. We've had a few big leads against them and they've come back in the last to take the win. So anything can happen. They've got some big hitters. They just need to string some runs together, settle themselves back down. And it's only the first inning, so plenty of game left. Yes.
Plenty of time left in the innings to come back.
Which will bring up one of their most consistent hitters in Jess Maslin to lead them off. So always important to get the lead off on however you can. So she's definitely one that can send it long. I'm not it might be a bit out of her reach for a home run, but now I've said that, you never know. Over the fence home run.
You hit
or
one
maybe
here,
run it out. No, I've never played up here, actually.
You had a home run the other day, I hear?
Oh, yes, the other day I did. Yes, I was very chuffed with that, actually. Off the back of zero training since our last game before Christmas.
Gone in fresh.
So I'm taking the theory of less training is actually more for me and it might benefit me.
Righto, so I saw you out training the other night. What can we expect this weekend?
Well, probably not good because I did a club training session, so...
Righto, as you said, Jess Maslin turns up for the top of the second innings to start things off for us here. Michaela Yankovic still throwing him down to Georgia King.
Jess is one of those that if she puts it into the outfield and puts it into a gap, it's really important that you're able to cut the ball off. Because she's got some sneaky speed, so if it gets through, she's going to be able to leg it into a triple and potentially even an in the park home run.
I would also say Hills are giving a little bit of disrespect to Jess Maslin, and they're sitting quite shallow on her, unless they're planning to throw lots of change-ups, which the first pitch was. But, yeah, she's done a nice ground ball there.
Yes, Abby Bastion does the fielding over to Megan Jemson for the first out. Retires Jess back to the bench, and the DP will come into bat now, Brodie Borovnik.
It's a really good result for them to get the leadoff runner out.
Yeah.
I think I heard some crazy statistic about, if the leadoff runner gets on base, they're scoring.
Yeah.
Probably
It's
80% of the
very
time. There's a very high percentage that they score.
Yeah. That's why it's important for pitchers to not walk off the leadoff batter.
Yes. Make them earn it.
Yes. Because statistics says they will score. So that brings up Brodie Borovnik. She's come back after a little bit of a hiatus to play lacrosse. I'm not sure if she made the Australian team, but she was training in their squad. Originally from West Torrens, and then, made a comeback this season. I think she took last season off. So a good addition for Hills. Port, sorry.
Wasn't going to say anything, but
thanks for your help, guys.
I was too busy sipping my tea. I was like,
gets under that one for a strike. Sasha Penglay's up next. She's put a few into the diamond this year as well. So you're right, another player you don't want to let this runner get on because she's capable of pushing them around, and Courtney Shepherd's no harm with the bat either behind her. So they've got a pretty deep batting lineup when they get going, Port.
Yeah, Sasha had a fantastic season last year for Glenelg, who unfortunately don't have a team this year, hence her playing for Port. So she's been able to bring that to Port, and hopefully she continue that. So we got another strikeout there. So that brings up 2 out for the Hills, and that adds another strikeout to the tally for the night.
Sasha watches the first go down the guts.
Michaela looking to attack the zone early. I think she's thrown majority of first pitch strikes.
Yeah,
and she's not afraid, like she did to Jess, to throw the change up first pitch, but she's definitely looking to attack, throw a lot of the change.
She looks like she's, at least from where we're sitting, it looks like she's hitting her corners really well, which is exactly what you want to do, because no matter what pitch you're throwing, if you're hitting it corner, it always makes it way harder for the hitter to put a good piece of the bat on it.
That ball there, hit, bounces in front of Sky. It's hard to get to, but she manages to make up for it and gets it over to Megan at first. Completes the third out of the innings, 3 up, 3 down. We go into the bottom of the second.
Yeah, as we watch the replay, nice hard hit ball there by Sasha. She had 2 strikes in her, probably had to go at this pitch. And a good knockdown there. Good attack, slow roller sort of thing. Good attack there by Sky, and a great recovery as we sweep her out second efforts.
I'd love to see her pick it up with a bare hand, knowing that the initial fielding play is done and it's dead, it's not moving anymore, and just not wasting any time by picking it up barehanded and getting it out as soon as she can.
Absolutely.
So Hills are going to come into the lineup with their number 8 batter, so they're going to get a chance to turn around for a second at bat at the top end. They'll be looking to try to advance their lead, as we said, a 3-0 lead, holding Port to their 6 batters only in their first 2 innings.
And if I'm Port here, ideally, you're wanting to go 3 up, 3 down and break up the sequence at the top of the lineup. Like if you can get, because Abby Bastion's going to come up and the leadoff is going to get another at bat, but if you can get her out and kind of disrupt the 1, 2, 3,
flow of the lineup,
Thank you. I was struggling for the right,
I knew
for the right word.
All of your sign language here made complete sense, though.
Yeah, except they can't see it. I'm over here talking with my hands and no one can see it but you guys.
No. So we've got Tara Lamke up to bat. Now, she's actually had she's been a bit of an underdog, I think. She's had a really, really good first start of the season. She's worked really hard on her hitting, from what I've been told, and it's definitely been paying off. She's had a lot more hits, a lot more balls in plays, hard hit, and with her pace on the base, like you said, you bring up then their 9th, and then you get Abby. Hills have a lot of juniors. That's where the short game would be great for them to bring in. Oh, great take there by Jess Ryder at first. With the short game coming with the Hills because they're so fast and speedy and young. But as we watch the replay, just gets slightly jammed, but inside out set nicely to Jess, and she just holds her feet.
Yeah, good reaction time there from Jess. That gets past her. Tara ends up on. Chloe Zackley turns up to bat now. Part of the under-23 winning team. In the 9 position, looking to get herself on to give that top of the lineup a chance to get her around.
And as Reagan was explaining in miming language, if they can get Chloe out here, the start of the Abby comes out with 2 outs and becomes less damaging as such.
Yes.
And makes it easy just for them to get that 3rd out.
That's a much better way of putting it, thank you.
Well, now we're in the situation to actually explain. So it looks like Lacey's just really attacking that outside of the plate at the moment, and she's getting ahead and hitting that edge really well. So it'll be interesting to see if Hills adjust to that pitch. They do go well with the ball as well, so it'll be interesting to see what adjustments they do make second time through the lineup.
And Chloe gets herself up to base there. It's, with a walk. Brings Abby back to the box with the 1 out. They'll be looking to advance the runners and get herself on herself if she can here. Abby, her first at bat, hit it hard at shortstop and found herself at first.
Yeah, she's another one who all season and all the tournaments away, she's just been squaring the ball up. And even her outs, she's hitting the ball well, which is what you want to do as a hitter because eventually they're going to fall.
Chloe Zackley, a pretty nifty little base runner as well, was brought on a couple of times in the 23s as a courtesy and pinch runner.
Yeah, like Belle was saying, it's really good to have speed ahead of the top, like to turn the lineup over for the top of your hitting lineup for their second, third at bats, because especially late in the game, you can turn, a double into something that scores a runner from first. Those are game-changing runs.
Yeah, often we've seen in what's been a pretty close Premier League season, those teams that do bat through their 9 and get the bottom end on are the ones, the ones from the 6, 7, 8 hole, if they're getting themselves on and giving the top end a chance to bring them round, they're the ones snaffling games.
Yeah, I do think the 9 spot can be a little underrated at times.
Absolutely. Definitely underrated. 9 used to be where you used to hide your worst player, but now it becomes your 2 most consistent players. You put your number 9 consistent in speed and then your number 1 back up because they're going to get on, then it brings the top half of your lineup up. So there's no holes in the lineups anymore. Late in the lineup, they look at, batters that can hit inside out and right side of it because their leadoffs get on. You want to have those type of hitters hitting behind the runners. So you put them in your 7, 8 hole and then your consistency and then your power hitters through. So the lineups, I think, now are more strategically placed rather than hiding players, down at your 9 or hiding them at right field. Right field is a specialty position and it's very hard.
You can steal a lot of outs in right field.
Is that what we're calling it? Good. That's where they put me when I played Masters.
Well, we're talking about like elite club level. No, I'm not sure about Masters. No, I'm joking.
I did my hammy out there, so I left it somewhere in the outfield. But,
specialty position. There you go.
Yeah. Megan Jemson up to bat. She had a single in the first innings as well.
Yeah, ideally, with Charisma being on deck, if they can get out of this inning before having to face the power that is Charisma with bases loaded, that would be the best situation for Port.
Nice little double would be quite good right now.
I smell I would say a 3-1, but I guess it's more of a 5-3.
Yeah.
Right to the third baseman, step on your base load first.
Yeah,
boom, out of it.
Which Megan is known for hitting left side, so that is definitely a high chance of happening, and that'll be a very good outcome for Port, as you mentioned. But we've had back-to-back walks here, so Lacey just needs to settle in. Port do look a little bit quiet, a little bit flat. There's not a lot of chatter going on. They're not really in Lacey's face. I don't like in her ear encouraging. So,
that one gets through. Lacey gets the bottom of her glove, turning around, coming home. Chloe Zackley, Abby Bastion going to 3. She makes it. And Megan Jemson stands up on 2 with a hit out to centre field. Another run crosses the plate for the Hills.
Do you think that's a pretty heads-up play by Sash in centre field, though, because she knew that the run was scoring at home? That was a for sure thing. So she went after the next runner, which was Abby running to third, and it made it a close play. She almost had her.
Yeah, very smart heads-up running. Most of the times outfielders want to, throw the runners out at home, but she had no chance on the speedy Chloe that we mentioned. So she went to the run at third. That's very smart base running there.
And I think if we're going to see a home run over the fence, it's going to come from Charisma.
Yeah, that's my money.
I think the play with that last play too, we saw the ball came off, clicked the bottom of the glove, took a bit of speed off, and then through the grass. It actually was very shallow by the time the fielder got to it.
So you can see outfield have moved back for Charisma after her last peaks that she hit nicely in the gap for a triple.
Sasha Pinglace at centre field almost looks like she's standing on the fence. She's that deep.
I would potentially look at putting her on, but then you've got Georgia King who's coming up with an extremely hot bat. So this is where it becomes very difficult. Do you put Charisma on, pitch around Georgia and hope she, chases something? Well, that was a very nice cut of the ball, a foul ball there by Charisma. She's looking to hit the ball long and hard with that kind of swing. So, it's tough to know to put them on, load it up when you've got 2 hot bats back to back.
Yeah, and it's well done by Reggie to write the lineup that way, because then in a situation like this, you do protect one of your most powerful hitters with another very powerful hitter that, like you said, you don't really... It's kind of the lesser of 2 evils. Which one do you take your chance on? And both of them can hurt you with one swing of the bat. I do think there's a really smart pitching move by Port, because they're just making Charisma prove that she can turn her hands and get to that inside pitch.
She's throwing nice up, trying to jam her. Even if they hit a long ball, it's caught at left field, only 1 run scores. You don't want her hitting any gaps to score both runners or even potentially herself.
Good take there from Courtney, having to move over to her right.
I know Charisma has power to the right side, but I do think that the right fielder, I wonder if they could move in a little bit to take away if something bloops in there, because those are the worst. They just drop in. Well done by Lacey to finish that at bat.
Great setup and great calling there by Courtney. They went up and in tight with her through. It looked like a curve, a high curve out, and then just got her there on the rise out there. She really wanted that, as we see on the replay. That's really good pitching by Lacey and really good calling by Courtney, who I don't think these two have worked together too much. I think in the first half of the season, Port had 2 other imports from memory.
Yep, Riley Donovan. I think was
so Courtney had played a bit more outfield, so they'll also be, trying to find their sort of rhythm tonight as well, working with each other.
Georgia King into the box. She's had 1 at bat so far tonight for a fly ball up that was caught by a shortstop by the second base. Port looking to get out of this with only the 1 run damage if they can.
Georgia has one of those swings. I love watching her swing. And in training, it's for stars or Thursday night hit or Saturday morning hittings, I kind of sit there. And, like, your swing is so pretty.
That ball hit out to the outfield. It's going to be shallow of the centre field, who gets past her and out to the fence. 2 runs coming across. Bastion and Jemson score. King's going to go to 3 and stand up. Oh, lovely piece of batting there. Good hit by Georgia King.
Very well done to get her hands inside the ball and hit it hard into that gap. And her athleticism, she's a footy player as well, and you could see just speed just legging out a triple and making it look easy.
Should have sent her for another 100. She got home.
a nice pitch there by Lacey. She did jam her, but Georgia's hands are just so nice, as you mentioned. Very nice swing. She got through to it and just got enough on it to put it out there. Sasha attacks it, just gets under a glove. And good backing up by right field to be there for exactly that, especially on such an open diamond.
Now with 2 out and a runner on 3, Zoe Marich comes up into the box. She got walked the first time.
And that's what we're talking about with the back-to-back power hitters. You get charisma out, your chances of getting the next batter out percentages are probably pretty low, especially with the way they're both hitting this season. So one of them's going to get a hit. So the batter went to Georgia in that case.
Yeah, and Zoe had a really solid, really patient at bat her last time up. And
so Chloe Zackley came out to run for Georgia, and now they've just decided to change that. And I think now Abby Bastion's gone back out there to run. So with 2 out, they have the courtesy runner for the catcher.
So Zoe Marich, we were talking about the under-23. She went away with the under-18 Aussie development squad and got an opportunity to play in the under-23s tournament. And I heard she did very, very well, and she came away and she was really happy with the time that she had there. And it was a good experience, and just it's really good.
It's definitely putting South Australia on the map in the softball, world of all ages. We've got players from 16s to opens. It's just fantastic. And for Chloe, not making 23s but still getting the opportunity under the Australian cap to then play at that tournament. That's just great, and just shows another hardworking young kid to put in a lot of work to be a lefty slapper power hitter. Pretty sure she's naturally right-handed, but with her speed, chose to go left, and you wouldn't even know now. She just looks so natural at it. Can hit with power. She's not just a point and ball player and speed. She can hit that ball through the gap. That's a very nice pitch there.
I think both pitchers are hitting their corners really, really well. And, the hard part about pitching is some games you get them and some games you don't. But you do have to keep going there and keep putting it on the edge of the plate.
Agreed. And I love pitching inside to lefties. I think it's the hardest pitch for them to get, especially not natural hitting left-handeds like Zoe. They still, swing around the ball. They're still working on staying in. And I love a little cross up. They're expecting outside, and then you bust them in. So a good battle here by pitcher and batter.
It's a very good at bat by Zoe. Just getting rid of the pitches that she doesn't necessarily like or doesn't necessarily want. Staying alive and giving herself more opportunity to get another pitch that is more over the plate instead of really corner, like Lacey's been doing a good job of all game.
And something else I've noticed with a few batters is this split grip, which I noticed in the College World Series, is the split grip, as you see with Zoe. He's got a gap there, just to, especially as a lefty slapper, have that top hand, just have a bit more power rather than dropping it. Just provides a little bit more bat head control to stay on top of the ball, especially if you're known for popping up. I gave it a bit of a test in the tunnels. It felt a bit weird, but I guess with a bit of practice, it would be beneficial.
Yeah.
If the College World Series players are doing it, I feel like you should do it.
I've done them.
Give it a crack at least.
I've done a split grip for hitting drills before.
Yeah.
And because exactly what you're saying, it really helps to feel getting all the way to extension and having a strong top hand. But I do find that for myself, if one hand is stronger than the other, then I roll over it a lot. So for me, I also swing a small bat, so it doesn't really work. But
it's also good for natural people that do roll over.
Yes.
It helps that, because I found I tried to deliberately roll over to test out why they were split gripping, because I was curious. They were all doing it and rolling over. So if you're out there and you are rolling over, potentially something to just practice, doing some drills, as you said, staying through the ball.
Yeah, it was a fantastic at-bat from Zoe to draw another walk and put another runner on, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see her steal and get into scoring position to give Hills another opportunity to score a couple more runs.
Yeah, I wouldn't see Port making a play on that runner at 2. But you never know.
Mia Oates-Willis been brought in here for a pinch hit. Brie Luxon parks herself over to the bench. Mia has put the ball out to the outfield fence here before in a heat game of the CFS Foundation previously, so can hit a ball.
And she plays up in this competition here, so this diamond wouldn't be of anything new for her on their Friday night competitions. Paul will really be looking to get an out here. Just a ground ball, get an out. Lacey's thrown a lot of pitches this innings.
3 balls to count. Lacey didn't look happy with that call. She's shaking her head when she's been told it was on the outside. So she follows up with one straight down the middle.
Yeah, but well done to the Heat and their lineup for knowing that the strike zone is a little bit tight and she's not really getting the corner call, and they're being very patient and using the strike zone to their advantage.
Yeah, they've been very patient, very tacking as well at good pitches, but not surprising with Reggie. Reggie's got this team very well drilled, and every game they have a purpose. Every batter has something they're working on, something they've got to achieve for this game.
That's going to fall in and short of the right field. Run crosses the plate. Zoe Merritt scoots round to third. Mia will stand up on first. And it's an RBI single.
And with that, it's another run, another $50 donated to the CFS round.
Yeah, scored.
You see this replay. Nice adjustment hitting there by the batter there, just to hit behind the runner. She got 2, high outside pitches, and she's just protected the zone there, got her hands through it and just powered it over the infield to score another run.
Done her job for the night. Heads back to the bench. Brie Luxon comes back in and stands over on first. So, again, putting speed back in onto the base. And another time out.
Just see Port here having a little meeting, just slow things down. They got 2 out here. They just need 1 out. Slow the momentum of Hills. They are coming back to their 7, 8, 9. Their little quicks here.
Sky Vumard comes back up. Chasing that third out is Port Adelaide. The score's got itself out to 7-0 quite quickly here. That one high in the zone, left alone.
We have another 1-3 split here, so I don't see Port throwing over. I think they'll just want to attack the batter, get a nice ground ball. Good pick there by Courtney.
Well done to keep it in front and save another run, especially knowing that there's speed and aggression on third base, or aggressive base runner, I should say.
She's getting angry over there. That one just hit hard, but it's just doubled over to the shortstop, and the play made out at first for the third out. Not before 4 runs crossed the plate, and as I said, 7-0 the score's burnt out to pretty quickly through 2.
Yeah, Hills just kept the pressure on their Port, and they really had to work really hard for those 3 outs. But as we said, Port, don't underestimate them. They can make an adjustment. Like we said, the short game is something that, if the bats aren't firing, you've got to look at another way to produce runs. There's still early stages, and I think they can get on Michaela if they just, sit on a certain pitch. If they're not great at hitting the change, stay off the change. If they're better at hitting that screwball that she throws, just making some sort of adjustment. Just get ball in play and just take each, batter, each pitch as it comes.
We'll get a chance. Obviously having a bit of royalty in the box here with the previous vice-captain of the Aussie Spirit. You saw a fair bit of the Australia Cup, no doubt, just recently, and obviously saw the American Series earlier this year. What are your take on where we're sitting and how we're comparing with the rest of the world at the moment?
We're sitting where I thought we'll sit. It was tough to watch us play against USA, but we're also in a really, really big developing and rebuilding phase. We had a lot of big exits of players after the Olympics and after the World Cup in Ireland. So I think it was really good to have USA come over so we could see where we're at and where we need to be at. and they're just a power hitting country. They have been. And then the series that we just had, the Australia Cup, that was just phenomenal. It was a massive shifter from, the American series to that. We were putting ball in play, we were hitting home runs, we were making oppositions make error. I've never seen Japan make that many errors in my whole career of ever playing them. Whether they have a new young team like we did, they're human. So it was really, really good to see. And we had some massive debuts: Chelsea Robinson, Abby Bastion. Saw Steph
Hood
there and Amber Hood. So it was just really, really cool. And the coverage on KO by Space Crate was just phenomenal. I had a lot of goosebumps and excitement watching. Just see Sky go up for it and just misread that play there and just dropped it, but she's in foul territory, lucky. So it's just a foul ball and a strike on Courtney. But yeah, it was amazing. It was really, really cool to watch. Loved it. Miss playing.
Oh, it looks like her face mask dropped into her eyes. But call that a new life?
Well, lucky she was in foul territory, so it worked in her favour and didn't hit her in the head. So looks like a win for Hills. Good eyes there by Courtney to stay off that one.
And a good call from Georgia King.
Staying consistent. That one just sitting over on the outside area of the plate, not called. So well sat off there by Courtney.
And I give Toby credit. We've been talking about the corners. He's been very consistent.
Yep.
And equal both ways. Because that can also be a frustrating thing as a pitcher when you're not getting one corner but the other team's getting the corner. And so good on him for being very consistent throughout these innings and for both teams playing.
And another strikeout there. Some more money donated thanks to Space Crate Sports and All Decked Out. Courtney Shepherd puts herself back to the bench, and Amber Pitfield, the right fielder, now comes up for her first bat tonight. How hard is it as a pitcher-catcher duo sitting next to me to change your... Don't smile at me.
I thought you were going to ask how hard is it for us to let you talk.
No, I'm letting you guys go. Have fun. How hard is it in a game when you've got an umpire and you've got to manipulate where you're trying to call to suit what the umpire's calling? Is it difficult, or is it just... Obviously, it's easy if they stay consistent, but is it hard to pick an umpire early in a game, or...
I think in my early days I used to get frustrated because I'm like, we're at international level. How are you not calling a simple balls and strikes? But they're human like us, and they have their traits. Like, you have pull hitters, you have speeded players. They have their traits of the zones that they like. I think it's about talking to them, finding out at their zone, and then I quite like the challenge afterwards. All right, we're not getting this pitch, but how can we manipulate our other pitches to get that pitch called?
Yes.
So you don't shy away from that pitch. You just use it. If you need a ball, use your curve that's not getting called. You use that as your ball pitch rather than your change, and see if you can get your change called or your rise. So early in my career it frustrated me, but by the end I quite liked the challenge of the mind game.
That one there hit hard. Megan Jensen got it, flicked it off her glove. That's going to be a 3 to 4 to 3 play. I don't know if I've ever seen one of them before, but comes off her glove, feeds it out to Sky Vumart as we see on the replay, and then gets it back over for the out.
Yeah, it's a hot corner over there. Sky's having an absolute great game. Good job to Megan to knock it down, but for Sky to see that and with her pace get there, but also a great hit. Great right side hitting.
Hard piece of the ball. Took it that way, an outside pitch, and she hit it well. That's all you can do.
And you'd be happy to know she fielded it with her bare hand.
Again, see?
Yes, it's what...
I don't think
she's doing the right thing, because the ball's not moving, and it takes time to refield it with your glove, because then you have to field it with your glove, take it out of your glove and throw, versus just throwing it from the ground with a bare hand like Sky has been executing. Well, that's why she's able to steal those outs.
Yeah, potentially going to pick it up with your glove, and then you pick it up with your glove.
Yes.
And then there's more time, so...
The 9 batter, Amber Dodd-Mobius, the shortstop, finds herself in. So far, the Hills' first 2 innings have gone 3 up, 3 down. Great pick up there by Christopher Ferguson. Straight over to Megan. They complete their 3rd innings of 3 up, 3 down. Lovely play there.
Nice soft hands from Charisma on that corner. Thought she played the bounce really well. You can see she just sees it and kind of absorbs it and just knows she's got time, makes a nice and easy throw. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, exactly that. And where she's positioned, she knows they're not hitting down the line. She's on the grass in the 5-6 hole. Right, Abby's there to back up, but it's a much easier play for third base to get over to it. Whereas if she sits in a traditional third base, which would be on the dirt, that becomes a hard backhand in the hole to Abby there. So good placement for herself in the field, especially playing on grass. If it's all dirt, totally different.
Yeah.
Picture change coming up here. Lacey's still standing on the bench. Looks like Jess potentially going to roll in. Coach Ben Lucas just making the changes. Jess will go across from first base to pitch. I'm just trying to see who's going to come in to play first. He's waving at Jess Maslin to come in, and Brodie Borovnik's going to go out to left field. So Jess makes her way to the infield. Brodie enters the game into the field, and Jess takes herself into the pitching circle. Thoughts on this change?
I think it just had to be done. Not that Lacey was doing a bad job or anything. I mean, we were all watching. She's putting the ball where she wants it to go. It's just, but like as you were saying, sometimes you just don't get those calls. And the Hills was doing a good job of taking advantage of it and having patient at bats. And they, hit her out of the game. And you just
sometimes you're not on, and sometimes you just need a momentum shifter.
I think, I see this as more of a momentum changer.
Yeah.
Also, you've only got two more of these batters, then they're going to be coming back for their third turn in the box as well. So it's probably a bit of a timed change as well. So those changes, I said, Jess Maslin rolling into first base. Brodie Borovnik rolls out to left field, and Jess Ryder steps into the circle. Lacey Ham takes the rest on the bench.
I'm bringing Jess in after coming up behind Lacey. You've got two different paces. Like Lacey has a bit of, more pace behind her than Jess, so it actually will throw the timing off of the Hills batters. It might take them coming through the lineup for the third time a little bit of time to adjust. Jess has had a season off, so not sure what she throws, but definitely the change of pace and style of pitching will also throw a momentum change for Port, hopefully, in their favour.
Tara Lamke starts off, the centre fielder. She got herself on base. Well, she didn't. She smashed it back at the pitcher for the first base fielder for the first out of last innings. But it was a good piece of the ball. Just received a photo of the under-23 men's team, currently all sandwiched into one room up in Brisbane watching this live stream. So Anthony's got them all on tune. Had a tough week up there in the Brisbane heat, but they've still got another day to go, so hopefully they're resting up, recovering and eating all the right foods for two more games tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a long week. It's a fun week, but it's a long week.
Another one to the right side of the diamond, but taken lively out there by Amber Pitfield. She moved across. I thought for a minute it was going to get past her, but a lovely catch for the first out.
Yeah, she tracked that ball very well. She knows being right field, it's going to fade away to the line, and she headed straight there. Great outfield work, as you see, going back on the angle, and a easy catch there for her. So really good read of it. It can be very tough. We don't have the West Beach wind, but as mentioned earlier, it's a bigger diamond, so it becomes a different judgment of, you've got heaps of room. There's no, the fence line's miles away. You don't have those gauges to know, am I close to the fence, where I am, and stuff like that. So a very good read there.
And good result for Port to get the leadoff runner out, or leadoff batter out. And depending on how this game goes, it's not out of the question for Lacey to come back in and close it out if Port's able to catch up.
Yeah, Jess has come in and done her job, got that first out, attacked, getting early strikes. She was only rolled over for a little bit about the back, so I'm not sure how warm she is, but sometimes kind of like hitting.
Sometimes
not thinking.
Less is more.
Yeah, exactly. Not thinking, not having a warm-up. It's beneficial.
No practice, works well, get home runs. Chloe Zackley gets under that. Second base fielder steps under it. Montana Edwards for a simple catch. That's two out. This is a better start to this innings for Port Adelaide.
Yeah, Jess has come in and done her job, and the field has backed her up there. Now we're coming back to the top of the lineup with Abby Bastion for their third time through. So, again, we're here, as Reagan said earlier, we have got the two out now.
Yes.
So Abby gets on less damaging. She can't hit runners in. They've actually then got to score her.
So this is what that sign language meant. Do this.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, and Abby's a player for only just turning 18. She's a weapon. She hits right side, she hits left side. She can play the short game. She's quick. So she's, you know, I look at her like an Amber Hood. You don't want her to get on because then they just play mind games. A little bit like you, Reagan. If you don't get on, it's less annoying to have to try and deal with you on the baseline. But I can see that they're just throwing a little bit around Abby. And that's just credit to her and how she's been playing the last few seasons.
Yeah, they're going to try to make her get herself out.
Yeah, they're going to make her chase junk and swing at pitches she probably doesn't want to swing at, and hopefully get her to make an easy ground out here.
Do you think they can hear us? Do you think the batter can hear us talking?
Can you hear at West Beach?
Sometimes.
Oh, be careful what we say then.
That's why.
Now I'm worried. No, I didn't say anything bad. I just pumped her tyres up. So
No.
Commentator's curse coming courtesy.
It's
of
more about what I said
Yeah.
about her getting herself out.
Yeah.
Because really, that's how you get good hitters out, is you make them chase a pitch that they may not necessarily really want to hit.
Smashed into the ground. That ball's called foul, though.
that bounced so high.
Yeah.
That was right off the dirt here, and it bounced unfieldable over first base, but went foul. But yeah, good count here, full count, so we're in a good position here.
Hit to shortstop, fielded there by Amador Mobius, and thrown over to first for the out. Jess Naslin does her first bit of work over there.
That was
completes the out in the inning.
Really good job there by Jess. She came in, changed momentum. Like I said, the field for Port backed her up. You know, she made Abby chase pitches she probably wouldn't chase at to get her into that full count. So really good job there by Jess, and Port have a quick 3 up, 3 down, and now they can come back in and let's see if they make some sort of adjustments. Anyway, I haven't overly seen a lot of signals happening. I know it's 7-0, but that's where you still got to pluck away. You got to, try running bunts, she's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. Tell a team, you're taking a dirty hack at that first pitch, if it's there, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, as a batter, you could probably vouch for this too, Reagan. You're not only watching what, listening and looking at what the pitchers are throwing for your at-bats. You're watching what she's throwing all through the lineup. Yes. I watch what Maddie Cameron gets because me and her generally get pitched the same. Mm-hmm. I watch how many first pitch strikes the batters throw throughout, the pitcher throws throughout our whole lineup, so that I know if I'm going in, I'm like, all right, at the moment she's throwing, every first batter's got a first pitch strike, so that's something I am looking at. So I don't know if other teams or batters look at that, but it's something Port probably could make a little adjustment to see if they can, attack at some good pitches that she's throwing on that inside there.
It's definitely what you should be doing. Because, your credentials speak for themselves. You're the type of hitter that you are, and you've made it to where you have in softball, and that's the kind of thing that you do. So I think for young ones listening, take a page out of Belle's book, and you can learn not just from your own reps, but from everyone else's.
Some tips for young players there. Just if you're not in the game, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be watching.
Yeah, no, you should always be watching. You can learn at any time. Speaking of watching, NCAA college softball has just started, and I believe there's ESPN access over in Australia, here in Australia now. And so having the Premier League games readily available on top of all that, there's going to be lots of learning opportunities for anyone who wants to watch those games and take what they can out of it.
Chloe Davis up to the box. She hits it out to the right field. Standing under it was Brianna Luxon, taking a pretty... No, it's not Brianna Luxon. Yes, it is. It's Brianna Luxon out there. Took a lovely catch straight to her.
Great job here by Chloe. They're going through the lineup for the second time. She adjusted when at the first pitch, because it's a high percentage strike pitch for Michaela, and she's hit that really well. But Hills just had placed their right fielder nicely, which brings up Montano, who had a really nice hard hit to the right side to Sky.
That time puts it up. Megan Jemson walks in and takes it comfortably at the first pitch. They're swinging at the first, though.
Must have heard. Yeah, maybe they can hear us now.
Yes.
Just slightly got jammed on that pitch, but again, that's one of Michaela's strongest pitches that screw in, so you want to attack that because it's sitting nicely on the inside there.
I will say, we're speaking of first pitches. Lacey's probably the one who does not want to swing at a first pitch now, though, because a perfect inning is 3 pitches. And,
She can't hear you.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, so fortunately that did not end up going and playing it out, but usually, at least what I was taught in college, is if the first 2 batters of the inning swing get out on the first pitch, we would always, the third one was always take that pitch no matter what, because you want to eliminate a 3-pitch inning. Because nothing feels better as a pitcher than a 3-pitch inning.
It's like an unwritten rule of the softball game. It's so hard though when you know that pitch is there.
Yes.
To not want to go at it, but unfortunately you have to sacrifice your first pitch for the greater good of the team.
Lacey's had a few when she was in the circle not called in her favour, gets one there called against her, and the smile on her face said it all. Puts it down to third base, picked up by Charisma, chucks it over to first, and Lacey was almost just trotting up first base there, but completes the out. The 3 batters up, 3 batters down again for the 4th time.
Yeah, she probably knew, it went right to Charisma. She's got it. Bet.
So, 7-0, going through 4 innings for Port Adelaide. Hills are now going to turn themselves in for a shot in their 4th at-bat. They're going to kick it off with Megan Jemson in the 2 slot. So, coming into a healthy start of their lineup, but broken up, as we've spoken about, through the game. Reagan, you went away with the Stars. We talk about the ability to get through a week of a national championship with the number of games you've got. You've obviously had an extra team as well, which meant you played a couple of days, 3 games in a day. By the end of the week, pretty knackered?
Yeah, but I will say our coaching staff and our managers and just all the support that we had, I felt very well rested, and we had lots of team recovery scheduled, and we were stretching beforehand, like before the games, and I don't know, I think it's also a little different as a position player than as a battery. Remember, I didn't pitch as much as I have in previous years, and so when I'm out there, all I'm doing is kind of just standing on my feet. So I don't think I was as tired as Steph and Lexi and Chelsea and those who are doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the circle and behind the plate. But I also just love that tournament so much, so it's kind of like I'm amped the whole time.
You're up for it every day. Megan Jemson kicking things off, as I said. Jess Riders having another innings in the middle. Bit of a crowd out at the home run fence under the big gum tree. They got rugs and all sorts on. It's not quite the West Beach cold, but it's a bit fresh up here now. The sun's gone away.
Yeah, I did bring 3 layers. I didn't prepare that well for it. I was so hot when I left, and now I'm like, it's a bit fresh.
I told Belle I've got extra stuff, but then we'd have to see her in the Seacombe Tigers gear.
Yeah, not happening.
And I think she'd die before that happened.
Wow.
I'll give away my shirt than have a cake on us.
Belle White's off to hospital with hypothermia, but that's okay. She's not wearing Seacombe stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate the offer, though. But I will decline.
Anytime.
You see that clearance pop up on the system, we know it's a joke.
Yes, definitely a joke.
Pops it to third base. Chloe Davis does the fielding, jumped up off the base, but got back down in time. Jess Maslin. Pete Fairley calls her out.
Another good out here by Jess. Gets Megan reaching here, pulls it for an easy ground ball to Chloe here. Just rolls on it. Great work by Chloe to stay down. Yeah. And a nice throw over to there. So that's 4 straight outs for Jess here. So she's doing really good. That brings up the powerhouse of Charisma. So this will be an interesting battle.
Lacey won the battle against her last time. She was struck out after a fairly lengthy at-bat. But of course her first at-bat was that smash to the outfield fence. Don't forget, right across the weekend, there'll be a number of locations you'll find the QR code, or go to the Hills Softball Association Hills Heat website. You will find the QR code to donate towards the CFS Foundation, a charity that does a lot, as that is smashed to the outfield fence over the left field head.
Got it.
She's going to go to 2. I don't think she'll go to 3 this time. The ball on the left side of the diamond makes her stand up at 2, but that's a double and a triple. And she is putting herself right in the place for the player of the game.
Yeah, that was a very nice piece of the ball there. And left field did a fantastic job to really run back hard on this. Doesn't take her eyes off her, keeps her shoulder open, and has a really good crack. That was a long, high ball, and on this bigger diamond, the fence is somewhere back there. So really good job by Brovnik, but great hit by Charisma. Power, as we mentioned there, and I don't even think she fully got all of the ball there.
No, that was on the replay. You could see it was probably a ball off the plate inside, and she got her hands to it really well. So, imagine if it was a ball on the plate, it would probably have been into that car's windshield.
Yeah. So that brings up their other power hitter behind her in Georgia King.
She's also already put one out the fence tonight.
Such a good turn. And I love to see her running it out and not assuming that it's going to go over, because I've seen a lot of players, you just assume that's going to go, then you end up not getting as many bases as you could have, and
looking really silly too.
Yeah.
The good old point, and then the wind holds it up and it just drops in.
I still can't believe I almost pointed. At one of my home runs at Nationals, I started pointing up in the air, and I yanked my hand down so fast. I was internally cringing as I was running the bases.
Even when you just never know. Well, especially at West Beach. West Beach had super high nets like here, fences like here, so it's not like Victoria had those short ones. So, but off the bat, you could tell on your one it was definitely over.
Georgia King sits herself up at first with a walk. Zoe Marich comes up, 2 on the bases, 1 out. Lead of 7-0 Hills Way in the bottom of the 4th.
Not a bad outcome there, putting Georgia on after that hit. They got 1 out. See if they can attack Zoe here. Just get it a ground out, even a 5-1, 6-1, 6-3.
Mm-hmm. And it is well done by Georgia to draw a walk after that big hit from Charisma, because it's kind of easy to see the hitter before you put a really good piece on the ball and you're like, I want to do that too. And sometimes you can get a little impatient if you come outside of your plan, and so Georgia obviously did not do that. And
good hit out to the left field there. Shallow Brodie Borovnik. She's going to hold the runner at 3. Well played there to stay shallow enough to hold the runners.
Yeah, great hands there by Zoe. Just stays inside of it, where the split grip comes in handy. Does her job, just puts that straight over centre field, and a good read there by Brodie to keep that in front and get it into a cut to hold the runner at 3. So we've got loaded bases, 1 out.
It's a very nice swing.
Bree Luxon up to bat. That's the Mercy run standing on first if it gets itself across.
Oh yeah, 10 after 4. And only 1 out. They've got 2 outs to play with, and 2 strong hitters at the plate, so...
Oh, that one hits the top of the plate, bounces across. One of those runs comes in. Charisma Bergenson crosses the line, says hello to you, Reagan, on the way in. Puts Georgia King over to 3rd and puts Zoe Marich over to 2.
Bit excitement there. I think she was not sure if she should have gone, but she committed to that. She was a bit excited, excited about her speed there.
Lucky she had a fence to stop, or we were in trouble.
Yeah, she was booking it. She was running quick.
Now puts the Mercy run out on 2 with Bree Luxon to be followed by Sky Vumard. Bree put the ball out to right field last time for a single base hit, so that could be dangerous with Zoe around on 2.
Yeah, anything to the outfield here, I reckon Reg will just be sending her. Put the pressure on it. It's a low percentage play, getting that ball into the outfield. Lots of things have to go right to throw that runner out at home plate. And with speed like Zoe at 2, you'd give it a good crack.
Yeah, which also means that as an outfield, knowing that you've got the winning run on second base and she's fast, I mean, anything over your head's going to score her anyways. And so maybe take a few steps in and play at a depth that you know for sure that you can at least make a competitive play at home to potentially get her out on a ball through the infield, because that run ends the game.
Force is on. Infield fly rule in play. This batter so far tonight, Sky Vumard's been struck out and hit the ball to shortstop, so looking for a chance to break the infield if she can here.
And we can see the middle infielders are nice and close there for that play. They want that ground ball, get the play home, and even double up potentially. I mean, Sky's pretty fast, but if it's a hard enough hit, there is definitely a chance for a double out of this innings.
There goes one to the left field. It's going to fall in. The run comes across the plate. Zoe hung up for a very long time at 2, but then a drop ball over at 3rd, so they've got away with it there, the Hills Heat. Run scores, though, and puts the winning run up onto third base now. It's 9-zip. Single there to Sky Vumad and Lara Tamke into the box.
Yeah, that's a good hit there by Sky. Unfortunate as you can't really defend that. You got your middle infielders in close. Outfield probably could have been in a little bit closer, here, but you play your percentages, and that one just fell in there nicely.
Yeah, and even then she still almost got the lead force out at 3.
So you guys have got the job of picking the player of the game and the play of the game. How you going? Because we're getting close to it by the look of it.
Got a couple ideas, but I think I'm going to keep it in my head to the end of the...
All right.
I know Hills will definitely want to pull away with this win, because then that puts them a little closer to West Orange in that number 1 spot. But Port would want to win as well, especially since they dropped the one on the weekend. And it's kind of anyone's game for the 3 and 4 spots in the finals.
Sturt can win every game and still make it. There is
Lara
hope.
Tamke puts it to right over the right field head. There's the winning run coming across the plate. She's going to scoot herself around to 2. She's chasing 3. Uh-oh. Now we've got 2 of them over at third. It's not going to matter anyway. And they're going to stand up as a stand-up double. The run comes across. It's going to be 11-0, and it's a mercy through for the Hills Heat. Have won the CFS Foundation game. What do you take?
I had my mind made up. That makes things a little bit different.
I mean, Hills did really, really good. From the get-go, they scored 3 in the first, and then just every innings after that. I think there was only 1 or 2 that they didn't score. They just ticked over the runs, the bats, and really had to make Port work. They hit right side, left side. The short game didn't come into play. We didn't even see 1 bunt from any team. They were just hitting so well. So, yeah, really good game there by Hills there. Port will be a little bit disappointed, with that outing. But as we said earlier, it's anyone's game this hard at half of the season. That puts Hills a little bit closer to West Orange in first place. But yeah, very good game by the Hills, and they'll be happy. And also a lot of money donated. Yeah. So really, it was a win-win, I feel.
Well, I'll let you guys talk it through, and I'll go out there and find these people and tell them who's won what. Find you on my way through.
As we see them shaking hands, and it's really important for Hills after losing that game on the weekend. You can see that really meant something to them, and they're such a young upcoming team. The last couple of seasons they've lost every game almost, and then they won a couple last year, and this year they're just unstoppable. So really, really good game there. Port will, want to go back and have a few conversations and just reassess, probably forget that one and reset for next time. But Pete's out in the middle to present the player of the game and play of the game.
I don't know if we're supposed to fill a silence while we wait for him, but one of my thoughts is I won't be surprised if we end up seeing this Hills team in the grand final.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a game that got through pretty quickly, 11-0, although we've still gone to a reasonable time frame for the game. We thank both teams. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the Hills Heat and Port Adelaide tonight. We're going to start off with the Carve Player of the Match. And this has been picked by our 2 special comments and special people on the bench with me there. And the Carve Player of the game tonight goes to Charisma Berg. You've got a set of Carve sunglasses, a Sporties voucher, the CFS Chief. Charisma, there's a photo for you, and I believe you have a pretty proud parent back home, is it? San Francisco watching you? Kim? Pretty late at night, be sitting up watching this. What do you got to say?
I love my mom. Yeah, my best friend, so it's nice that she can watch these games, even if it's once in a while. I appreciate it, all the scores, everything that goes into it.
Well, we've got one question. I'll get to that second. The first one, a couple of powerful shots at the in the box tonight. Nice hit out of the outfield. You were seeing him pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, I try not to think much in the box. I feel like we've all figured that out, how I think about like avocado toast or something. But yeah, I was just trying to keep it simple and just keep the momentum going for my team.
And the question we all want to know is, that last one, did you get sent home or did you just choose to go? Because the look on your face halfway down the line was, oh, I could be in trouble.
Well, Reggie likes to say that I'm not fast, but I think that I could maybe beat Zoe in a race sometime. So.
Okay, well, are we going to see that now on the camera? Like the two? No? Okay. All right, not going to put you on the spot. I'll tell you when you came through and you made it to the fence. We were pretty glad the fence was there to stop you coming through. Out of breath, righto. Congratulations for the play of the game tonight. And the $50 voucher for the Eastern play of the game goes to the walk-off double to Lara Tanki. What was in your head when you turn up there to bat and there's a winning run out there and you just swing and away it goes? Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What do you think tonight? Game, how many of these are you involved in and how much is it to get up for one of these sorts of things?
Yeah, this is the third one and I think it gets better every year. So, yeah, it's awesome and, big thanks to everyone for coming out and everyone who puts it on. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations. We were talking about how you seem to have developed and even pushed again this year, and then you do that for us. So it made us look really good over in the commentary box. So congratulations and thank you very much for well done tonight.
Thanks, Pete. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, there's been a stack of money donated through our sponsors tonight. Keep donating right across the weekend. Have a look at the QR codes and find it on the websites. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a safe travel home.